Good evening, and welcome to the Tarkov Talk Podcast, guys. Welcome on in. We're going to be talking everything Tarkov tonight. Glad you all could be here. Before we get started and go into anything else, I know there was a bunch of you that came in with raids and or other channels, etc. I'll get to you guys in a minute.
I
don't hear
yeah,
him.
he said he was going to hot mic.
I didn't hot mic, I lied. Guys, we're going to
Daddy.
go over...
And then Miss Trash is like...
He's already there. He's hot micing. Look at him. Guys, we're going to go over our guests for the podcast this evening.
Hold on. I'm not
So, next to me, which would be this way. We're going that way. All right? What do we need? Guys. All right, so next to me we have none other than Miss Trash TTV. If you guys don't know Miss Trash, a little bit about Miss Trash is she is the queen of the Trash family. She started gaming at a very young age. Weird. Very young age. Her words, not mine. With World of Warcraft. Also plays Rainbow Six, Skyrim, other games, occasionally some scary games. If you've never watched her play a scary game, you're in for some good laughs. She's currently, I believe, on her fourth Tarkov wipe. Most recently hit her goal of Twitch partner. Many people across Twitch either know her for her insane subathons or her shoeies. Everybody make sure you congratulate Miss Trash on her fantastic success here on Twitch. So next to Miss Trash, we have the one, the only, the Atlas family. A little bit about the Atlas family. Former Marine Corps infantryman, married to his beautiful wife, Mrs. Atlas, as well as recently welcomed in his daughter into the world, making him a dad. Plays a variety of games, such as Witcher, Skyrim, Bioshock, Squad, of course, Escape from Tarkov. Atlas has 6,500-ish plus hours, give or take, in Tarkov. He's been a participant in Twitch Rivals, I believe, as a participant as well as cast some tournaments as well. I like to say he's the unofficial spokesperson for Dale's Pale Ale. Right below the Atlas family, we have Mr. Armbars. A little bit about Mr. Armbars, 38-year-old meme daddy and a real-life super dad that loves gaming, technology, and music. Streaming is his passion. He's an enjoyer of jiu-jitsu, MMA, cooking, drumming, and movies. He likes to have a good time and make friends. I coined him the name Tarkov Talk. He's got a lot of Twitter, a lot of TikToks on there from Tarkov. Some of them you may have seen if you guys are on the TikTok. And if you're not, get on there, download TikTok, go follow Mr. Armbars, and go check out his stuff. It's amazing. All right? And just next to Mr. Armbars, we have the beautiful Goddess _, don't forget it, TTV.
Wow.
Been a gamer all her life from different consoles. Now she's on PC. She's currently on her second wipe of Tarkov. Fell in love with the game and has never looked back. So now her life consists of anime and Tarkov. I nicknamed her for the night Ooh Woo Vibes.
Oh my god, I love that.
And then next to Goddess, we have Fudge XL. Guys, if you don't know Fudge, born and raised in New Jersey.
I'm leaving.
Mainly plays Escape from Tarkov. Also has been known to play CSGO, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. Played in Tarkov tourneys such as Evasion, The Hunt, Bush League, and Endra's Duo tourney. And obviously, you can see tonight, he is wearing it. I nicknamed him for the evening Trash Mark.
Gorgeous.
The disrespect is real.
I know. What a jerk. I invited you in here to make fun of you to make myself feel better because I have low self-esteem. All right, everybody, welcome on in. Let me just catch up with a couple things real quick, and then we're gonna get into the podcast. Sheesh, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We got a few follows. Ginja Ninja, Limbo TV, Zai Pulse, Adomi, Lara Taken, Fudge. Thank you for the raid.
Can I take it back after those comments?
I don't know that this name begins with an X, but I don't know if it's could be a Z sound depending on what language you're in. Zenji, I'm gonna guess that it's supposed to be Z sound. Goose, Trojan, thanks all for the follows. Welcome in. I think I thought somebody else gave us a raid as well. Thank you. It's not showing up in my feed. Apologize. So, the way that tonight is going to work, if you are new to the podcast, we're going to talk about subjects. At the end of every subject, I will ask chat if you guys have any questions. I will try to pay attention to chat, pick some questions from chat, and ask people. If you have somebody in particular that you would like to ask a question to, just make sure that you address that for me. I am going to mute a couple things tonight just because I am going to post this again. And there's nothing better than being on YouTube and having it say, "What an absolute daddy," every 5 minutes. George Chris, thanks for the follow. Zyke, or 520, thanks for the follow. Okay, so getting into the actual meat of what we're here for, we're here to talk about Tarkov. Weird, I know. So we're here. That's an old question, guys. First things first. How are you guys enjoying the wipe? Who wants to go first? Atlas family wants to go first. I'm calling it. He's going to talk about how his wipe's going. Seeing as he took a long hiatus, now he's back.
Yeah, I took like a 7-month break. You know, I played way too much, and then I just kept getting angry. People were like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "It's fucking fine," you know, in my own chat, you know, like because of Tarkov, and I was just like,
it's great.
Taking it way too seriously and freaking, I don't know. Taking a long break and just playing like games like Squad and stuff, arcade games that were just really relaxed and laid back, really helped me to kind of reset and come back. It was like a fresh new game, and so I've been enjoying it with the Inertia and everything, all the new little quality of life they've done, and oof, it's just great. It's just great. I've been enjoying it, but you know, it's not perfect. But what about you guys?
It's like a roller coaster of emotions for me. It's like sometimes it's like I really love this wipe, and other times I'm like, this is terrible, and that's completely non-server related too, because that's just like a whole separate thing. I feel like the game's become a lot more ratty with this wipe, and I hate it. And that's
What do you mean, like specifically ratty?
like a lot more people like sitting in bushes, corner camping.
I feel like you're getting.
I haven't really ran into any extract campers.
Oh, I have.
But other than that, it's I feel like the crabs are out to play. You know.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that'll change late wipe when more people get strength and endurance, and they can start moving around a little bit more. But also, I just keep finding myself with like running out of stamina, like in the open, like I'm an idiot. And so I'm just like, okay, fuck. You know, I try to find some kind of hard cover or soft cover that I can get in between, or you know what I'm saying?
We're getting used to low metabolism. I have died just from the low metabolism, getting reused to that. And I was like, oh. And so I'm just like, you got to carry a snack or something now. I'm like, oh no.
I've said it like a few times, and I think this wipe, they added the worst thing that they've ever added to the game and the best thing that they've ever added to the game. The worst thing being Inertia and the best thing being VOIP. Like, I think those are like the top of the list when it comes to worst and best things, personally.
All right, we'll get into that for a little bit later in the podcast for sure, or sooner than later. Goddess, how are you enjoying the wipe? This is your second wipe, so you had the crash course wipe.
Yeah, literally, yeah. So last wipe was my first wipe, and everyone was like, "I'm so sorry, this is your first wipe." And I was like, honestly, I'm just learning the mechanics of the game. Like literally, I just PvP'd. I learned the mechanics of the game, the controls, like what everything was. And so this wipe, I've been hella grinding and, just starting the grind to Kappa. So it's been amazing for me. But yes, it is hard because of the server queues. Like I had 2 quests in a daily and then I got black screened. Thankfully, I got all my gear back, but I lost those quests and then I couldn't get back into the game. So it was like, it's a tough grind for sure, trying to catch up.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Ambrose? How many wipes in Tarkov have you done before you talk about
This
this
is
one?
my 3rd wipe, and I feel like it's just getting better and better every time for me. Just my knowledge is expanding, and so like I get tasks done a lot faster. One of my issues I'm having right now is last wipe I was getting keys early, and now it's like all dorms keys. I cannot find keys to save my life. Other than that, though, I'm okay with Inertia. I'm okay with the way grenades are functioning now. Gun malfunctions are gun malfunctions. So, but at least we know that if we keep it over 93 on the durability, so it's if you start getting too low with your gun, you just throw it on a new gun. You know what I mean? Throw all your attachments on a new gun. But I'm having a blast, man. It's fun for me. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
So my first question is going to be, it's a hot topic, let's be honest. We mentioned it like 4 or 5 times already. Inertia. Actually, unless you guys want to hear about my wipe, but I think it's great. It's
Miss
wonderful.
Trash has your
So-
wipe too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Miss Trash too.
Trash.
I know.
I'm so
Wow.
Well,
behind.
because normally I go down in the round and I forgot because Atlas
just
was
forgot.
really
Easy to
wanted
forget,
to
it's
talk.
okay.
No, that's fine. I forgot
No,
about
it's fine.
myself. I forgot about myself. Okay. Everybody's talking about Inertia. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So last wipe, no, not the last wipe. The wipe before that, I ended up so far behind because like when they wiped during Christmas, I was out of town for like almost 2.5 weeks. And so this wipe, I was like, I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm not gonna fall behind. And then I got sick for a week and a half. So
I was gonna say, I was
yeah,
like,
I
then
was-
you get sick. I
yeah.
remember.
So I'm still only like I think I just hit level 26 last night, and I feel so far behind, but it's really nice because with the progression so far, I feel like I'm not that far behind because even like people that are higher levels are still running like mid-tier gear. And it's really nice to see like a mid wipe
Yep.
for sure. So I feel like it's making it so that I'm like, even though I'm falling far behind, I don't feel like I'm like there's a massive difference because the wipe that when for the last like so 2 wipes ago, when I was falling behind, it was me versus slicks. Whereas like there are some slicks, but it feels like there's still mid-tier gear going on that I don't feel like I'm gonna like 100% get whooped.
Yep.
So I'd say that's my feelings so far. A lot of other things are kind of all over the place, like Fudge was saying, roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
1010%.
Yeah, I don't know. I've liked this wipe so far. I feel like it's not moving too
We
fast.
can't hear you,
so-
Dad.
Yeah.
Deadlift. Daddy boy.
You know what?
Everybody read
There's
that.
Stream
gonna
can
be
hear me.
At least one technical difficulty
Stream-
throughout this
stream
whole thing.
could hear
There
me.
has to be.
Stream could hear me. You guys couldn't.
True.
Nobody
We're
important can hear
too,
me.
Dad
So,
life.
oh, sorry. You want to hear what I'm saying? Sorry, my bad. It's hard to
Dude.
ask questions. No, I feel like I like the way we're like almost we're 3+ weeks into the wipe. And I feel like average player is like between 25 and 35 for like the player base that plays, I don't know, say 3 to 5 times a week.
Yep.
So I'd say your medium players I feel like are right where they should be, or I'm right where I should be. I don't feel like Miss Trash said, I don't feel like I'm super far behind, and I like that they've slowed it down quite a bit. And I think it's good. It's going to do 2 things. One, it's more enjoyable for everybody else. If you're really good at the game, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you don't have to be 40 levels ahead, and if you are, great. Like, you're still going to have fun. But I think it's when we're 2.5 months into the wipe, everybody's not going to be like, man, I'm ready for the next wipe again. I'm hoping
Yeah.
people stay interested longer. You get to like 2 or 3 months into the wipe, and you're like, man, I'm a little bit behind. I got to kill 6 PMCs. I never see 6 PMCs ever.
Stir up,
You know?
you know.
Yeah.
If you delay that
Or
quest,
Tarkov Shooter Part 8,
Mm.
where you're going to kill 3 on woods. You're like, nobody's going to be on woods. What the heck? So, all right. Now that we've all talked, let's move on to the hot topic. Inertia. What do you guys think about it? Miss Trash, you get to go first because I'm a jerk face. I forgot about you for a second.
Yeah, you're fine. So I know everyone there. It's like such a drastic like opinion on it. I don't necessarily dislike it or like it. I think I did not like it when like the first day for sure because it felt like Tarkov on ice. It didn't feel like normal movement. Like it felt like they're trying to make it more realistic, but it didn't feel realistic. It felt like I was skating. I brought like rollerblades to customs. Like that wasn't cool. But I don't know if it's because I'm getting used to it or because it gets better with your strength. I'm the most clueless Tarkov streamer, so I really don't know what's supposed to be happening here. But as I'm getting like as I'm playing, I'm getting more and more used to it. That it's still noticeable for sure, but I don't feel like it hinders me as that bad. I will say that I think it's kind of cool with the peaking now that you kind of almost have to fully commit to it. You can't just like kind of slide out or like as easily. Like it's a little more awkward to do so that it's kind of just like full committing and it feels like that there's a lot of like the way that the peaker's advantage used to work or like it was like backwards than most games and it feels like it's kind of like starting to work back to how it normally like should where if you're peaking something then you have like that advantage where with the way that with the way that it was like last wipe it felt like if I wasn't if like I was peaking I was gonna get head tapped so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that.
So.
I'm just gonna go in order, so make it easy for myself. Atlas, what do you think about Inertia?
Kind of what Miss Trash was saying. Like in the beginning, I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, it felt like a completely different game. Like I was underwater or skating or something. I was like, "What the fuck?" I don't know if they shadow nerfed it or it was like my strength and endurance was leveling and I was getting used to it. It definitely doesn't bother me as much anymore. Although I will say I got stuck in the fucking wall from inertia or something. Like it sucked me in. I didn't realize that was a thing, but it happened to me yesterday on Shoreline. I was like, luckily I reconnected and I was able to live, but like apparently it's killing people like randomly. If they disconnect and
gotten stuck,
reconnect, it just
too.
like they
I
die
didn't know
when they
that was a
reconnect.
thing.
It's
So
happened,
I'm
like,
like,
It
twice.
was funny. It was funny
I don't
watching
like
it
that.
yesterday.
I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit crazy, but definitely when you get overweight, I think that should like because I remember when in the Marine Corps, you know, I'm not the biggest guy, so like when you put on a heavy pack and you have a big gun and everything, and you just put it on for the first time, like you're wobbling and shit. Like, so I think they're getting it right. When you pick up a pack, you lose a little bit of stamina. When you start moving or you crouch and you stand up, you lose a tiny bit. But I think it's a little bit dramatic. I think it needs to be like just dialed back just a tiny bit. But yeah, I think it's moving in the right direction. And I'm glad that like Miss Trash said it was like that shit is
Yeah.
fucking gone. That's gone. Like
Yeah.
Or this.
come on, man.
Like-
It's possible in real life. Yes. People are always like, you could do that in real life. Yes, you can, but you can't fucking do it that accurately. You know
Break
what
your
I'm
neck
saying?
doing
Like,
it, like, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like
You know what I mean?
you can't land a shot that accurately unless you're fucking Jason Bourne, all right? All right. All right, I'm done.
How about you? I know you have very strong opinions on this, Fudge, and they're a little bit different than everybody else's. So tell me how much you despise and love Inertia.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. So like I'm getting more used to it, right? And maybe it's because like my strength is going up and stuff like that. Like Miss Trash said, like I have no idea if that's how that works, but I find myself like when you're heavy, you're heavy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like the movement is just going from like, so this is my third wipe. My first wipe, I was absolute dog shit. Last wipe, I like figured out how to use movement to W key, right? And then now this wipe, it's like you kind of have to relearn how to play. I feel like I'm dying a lot more because of inertia, so I like absolutely hate it. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Okay. How about you, Goddess? You've had 2 wipes. You've had one without it and one with it. Which one do you prefer?
Literally, like the same as Miss Trash's Atlas. Like the first day, I was like, "Holy hell, is this how it's gonna feel? Because this is rough." And I was like sliding, like I was like, "What the?" And so, but now, I like literally, I with the building up of endurance and stuff. Unless they did shadow nerf it, I don't know if they did, but literally, I did a 24-hour the first day. So like at the beginning of the day, it was rough, and then like going towards the end of the day, it was like fine. And I think I've gotten used to it, and I think the strength and endurance and all that helps you get to the norm, if that makes sense. But still, there are those moments I like because of inertia, like yeeted me off a building, or I've gotten stuck before. So like there are things that have happened. So, but I mean, overall, only my second wipe. Oh, we lost that. There we go.
What happened to your cam fudge? It's little now.
I don't know. Wait, why am I little? I don't want to be little. I don't want to be little.
Hey, I don't know what happened to mine from the get-go.
Well,
So I was like, you know what?
New name, Fudge Tiny.
Fudge Tiny.
I think I fixed it.
Fudge XS.
XS, yeah.
XS. No,
We're
but
good?
overall,
Yeah, we're good.
now it's better with, the strength and endurance and the level, I feel like. And if they did shadow nerf it, then yeah. I mean, it feels fine. It's just the little glitches here and there.
Yeah. No. How about you, Mr. Umbers? How are you? I think you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. I'm finding that, positioning is mattering a lot more, and I'm finding a lot more success in being able to flank, and my enemies are flanking at the same, and there's just a whole lot of rotating and position changes happening instead of just like we're both on the other end of a hallway and we're just kind of like jiggle peeking or like moving around between doorways trying to fight right there. You're gonna find different ways to attack somebody, and it's making the fights funner to me. I'm not getting a lot of just getting one tapped and being like, man, where the hell was he or whatever. So there's a lot more angle holding and flanking. So I'm okay with it. So
Like that. The fights have been pretty fun.
yeah,
I mean, of course,
I don't
besides
know if
like
it's
any
just 'cause
extra
early
camping, but
wipe or you know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
not just early wipe and not as good of ammo or whatever that everybody has, but it also feels because of inertia that we have to flank more and change our positioning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got
I
a
feel
couple.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So no, that's fine. So inertia wise, this is how I feel. I feel like I like inertia. It stopped like the 8. So my biggest thing was I always hated going into like dorms or in a hallway or being in shoreline. I always felt like resort was a cool place to fight. And I know Fudge is kind of like, because you can do a lot of things. If you know the stairways and you know what you can do, that's fine. But I would always run into guys that were like, the person with the 60 round mag that would just dump down the hallway as they ran down the hallway back and forth, AD strafing. And then I'd be like, well, they threw enough bullets at me, now I'm dead. I think that you can still W key push somebody. I think you can still push a room. Somebody pops one of those grenades with a grenade change now. You're like, well, I'm going in there. As long as you're not making a quick turn and the other thing, you drop your bag, inertia's good. A couple things that I don't like with inertia. I feel like the stam drain is ridiculous. Somebody just mentioned like that your PMC is like former ex-military or military contractor. And, like, I run across a 3-lane highway and I'm winded. Like, no way did you come out of training and run across a 3-lane highway with 30 pounds on your back. Because it's not like when you sprint in Tarkov, it's not like I'm going on a track and running a 100-meter dash. You're really, like, jogging it out, And I feel like the stam drain is ridiculous. And I feel like the stam regen is a little bit much too. Like if you're at like, I wish they would do this. I wish you could do like a half, like when you're sprinting, you could do like maybe in between a walk and a sprint, and your stam would last a lot longer. It's something I'd like to see. The other thing that I think is, I don't like it when you wear like the thick gear, or you weigh a lot, or you don't have a lot of strength, and you do try to make that turn around a corner. I feel like that part of inertia is too much. I feel like if you have a backpack on, when you swing a backpack, everybody was in like grade school or whatever, you had your backpack with all your books in it, and like if somebody pushed you in like the halls when you're going to class, like you probably swung way more than you would normally do. So like making a turn with something on your back that's sticking out, 10 inches is going to spin you more than like having a plate carrier on your actual person that's secured down. So I think if you have a backpack on and you're trying to make a corner and trying to like, WQ into a room, you should get punished harder for that than if you don't have like a backpack on. Like if you have a raid bag on, if you want to go follow the realism thing, it should be really hard for you to spin left to right. Which, how do you overcome that? Drop your bag. Go in. I mean, no one's you're never going to see somebody. John Wick didn't put a backpack on and go, I'm going to go run into a room and try to kill a bunch of dudes.
Well, some like equipment does have that effect, right? So like an Alton, for example, has a movement percentage like decrease. So it kind of does do that. You know what I mean?
Right, but
it
I
just
feel like
may not be as noticeable.
But I feel like weight in a backpack should affect that stuff more than what a body armor or helmet does. Because that's not really secured to your person. I mean, yes,
Sure.
Going like this with a helmet on that's heavy is going to be a little bit harder. But like 10 or 12%, no way. Like, not a chance. But like a backpack, you have a backpack on, so like I work, so a lot of people know I'm in the turf industry. One of the things that we do is we do mosquito treatments. One of the backpacks that we have, we use these things called mist blowers. When I put the mist blower on, it weighs 80 pounds. And like going forward, I'm okay. But like if I try to spin it really fast, dude, that thing will spin me around like a little top. And that's kind of where I'm coming from with that, is you put a backpack that's heavy on your back, that affects you way more than weight that's like strapped to your body. Like, you don't just like throw a plate carrier on. It's not like putting like a poncho on where it's all flapping around. Like you strap that down to your body. It becomes like part of you. So I think that's the only thing that I noticed with inertia that's a little bit off. Other than that, I like it. I've been killing a lot more PMCs this wipe because just being a little bit more tactical. Fighting inside buildings with small rooms like resort and dorms can be tough depending on how you fight it. But there is it has caused a lot more, like Fudge said, people are playing slower, maybe a little bit to a fault where people are playing slow. And it does suck if somebody's camping a corner store and interchange and you're loaded up and you can't get out, you can't get away. It's really frustrating. That part of inertia is super frustrating. You guys have any suggestions that you'd like to see inertia improved? Obviously, I went into that. No.
I think that, I don't know. It could be this way. Like I said, I have no idea. I think as your strength goes up, your inertia like effect should go down, right? Because that's kind of like.
It does.
I felt like it did, or it does.
Yeah, I think somebody in chat even corrected me on that when I said that I'm not sure if that's how it works, but they said that it does get better as your strength goes up because you can handle it more, right? Like when we're level 1, we're like actually skating in the ice rink, but like as it goes up, like you can actually move. It's still obviously going to be visible. I feel like if they made it so that by the time you hit like max strength, they just negate all inertia, that'd be kind of weird. But
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like I'm complaining about it now, but 2, 3, 4 wipes from now, it's like you're used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like it never was an issue at that point. I actually said like I'm kind of envious of the people that their first wipe is this wipe, because that way they're like they don't know any better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It did get me killed at first. Like my first, or actually almost got me killed, and then like more wipes more raids it started getting me killed because I just still wasn't used to it. But then finally, once like my strength got better and it felt better, I was able to handle it more. And then now I really don't feel it as much, but here and there you can still, of course, tell.
Yeah.
But,
I bet
yeah.
if you like started a standard account and jumped on your standard account compared to your account now, you'd be like,
Mhm.
oh wow.
Yeah. Be like, oh yeah, I remember now how
You
this
know, you'd be
feels.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like I'm
Mhm.
trying to, you know, jello wrestle in a giant
Mhm.
pool by myself. This sucks.
Nice.
Literally. Nice reference.
That's how I do
Exactly
it.
how it felt. No, I'm just kidding.
How much jello wrestling is going to see? So anyway,
I knew that was coming.
getting the digs in.
Carry on, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much everybody in chat said, and the big thing is like the adaptations that you make. Like somebody talked about, like, you know, like, and I mentioned too, like dropping your backpack and stuff like that. It makes you think about what gear you're putting on right now, which I think is cool.
But you should always drop your backpack most of the time, especially if you have anything in there, because it's going to slow you down regardless. And then the
Right,
inertia and all that, that's going to make it twice as worse. So.
Yeah, I think it is tough that like when you have like not even a great kit on right now, and you come in to raid at like 26 kilos or 27 kilos,
Mhm.
and I feel like inertia definitely feels worse now. Like being overweight with inertia feels way worse than it used to feel just being overweight. Like I almost feel like, and I haven't gotten an injector case yet, but I should, because I feel like I should always have a mule or an SJ6 in there now to get out of raid, because it's
Yeah.
so tough with the stam drains. It's not like the movement and everything. It just feels really like I've just running through a swamp with the thickest mud ever when you're trying to get out.
Yeah.
And then you get killed by the cracked scabs trying to just leave.
Yeah, it's tough. Either that or make it so when I actually hit my backpack drop, it drops quickly. Sometimes I have to spam it like 4 times before it drops, which is annoying.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I'm like,
True.
I want to drop my
That is
backpack
true.
and run to cover. Like sometimes I'm like, there's
Yeah.
a rock 10 feet away, and I'm like, drop the backpack, and then it doesn't, and then I die, and I'm like, damn it, sniper scav.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We talk about my least favorite thing with the stam drain now is one of my like someone in chat called it their fidget spinner, but when like, you know, that when you like have your ADHD zone out moment and you start crouching over and over again, and now it actually takes away some of your stam.
Yes.
I keep doing that to myself because I do that in every game I play, where if I just kind of just peek in an angle, I just kind of just bounce a little bit because it's just like that. It's like that little fidget spinner, and I can't do it now because all of a sudden I'm like, wow, now he's huffing and puffing. What did I like?
I didn't even know that, but I do that
hate it.
too. And I started, and someone in chat was like, "Stop crouching! You're taking away so much stamina." And I was
You
like,
need to stop. Or like I crouch because I'm like, okay, I need to get my stand back. Let me crouch and then sit there, and it's like actually you're kind of just making it
Yep.
worse. You're
And
gotta
you try
leave
to
in
take
the
off
open,
running,
too.
and you just
your
can't.
dude's trying to do squats right now with his backpack. You got to stop it. I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
I do feel like if you're
Yeah.
laying or crouching, you should get your energy back a little
Yeah.
bit quicker, because there's times where I'm like, well, I'm just going to stand here because that's the fastest way I'm going to get my energy back to keep going. And you're like,
Yep.
I shouldn't be standing here. I'm like literally standing here like a moving target.
Yeah,
know?
you feel safer waiting crouched to get your stamina. So yeah, I totally.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
And not for nothing. If they want to change that, like you can drop your backpack and it'll help get stuff back faster, but
Mhm.
they should lessen the stam drain on standing up from laying down or crouching. But if you're going to drop your backpack to kind of abuse that weight relief, have you guys ever tried to pick up a 40-kilo backpack from the ground and throw it on your back?
That's what I was talking about, man.
Yeah.
True.
Right, exactly.
It's fucked,
True.
bro. Like people don't understand. Like you
It's
literally
hard.
have to like put it on laying down and then kind of like
Right.
fucking stand
Right.
up.
Or
it's
like
crazy.
put it on a rock next to you and then
Yeah, you
scoop
can't
into
just
it.
like sling that bitch up, unless you're fucking Fudge. I don't know. Like
You gotta have
I'm
your
fucking,
you
I
gotta have
can't
your
do it.
battle buddy help you lift it up. If Fudge is too strong. He doesn't.
I mean,
understand.
listen, it makes sense, the whole crouching thing, though, because, like, think about it, right? You go, I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't go to the gym. I mean, I know that's a surprise to you guys, but I don't go to the gym. But, like, when you do squats, right, It's not easy. That's exhausting. Right?
yeah,
So you
it makes
should lose stamina.
100% sense.
Yeah,
It makes
it does make
100% sense. It just hurts me because
Yeah.
I now can't do it anymore. And I'm like, "Oh, what am
Same.
I supposed to do now?"
I'm like, I get it, but I'm so used to doing this.
Yeah.
So now it's like hard
Oh
to.
my god.
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. All right, let's move on from Inertia. I think we kind of beat that down, or it beat us
Still
down
hate it.
enough to the point. Yeah.
Still hate it.
Let's talk about wipe progression. How do you guys feel about wipe progression? I'm gonna start with Mr. Armbars this time.
As far as like getting tasks done and
Just like the progression overall, like as you walk around, you know, you can interpret it how you want, but like I'm getting to like, you know, are you seeing a bunch of people that are juiced out already? Are you not? Are you finding it harder for you to progress, or is it progressing slower for you? Those kind of things all kind of fall under wipe progression.
it's actually hard for me to remember. Like I've been trying to think like how long did it take me to get to this point last wipe or the wipe before that, and I'm having trouble like remembering exactly how long it took. But there's sometimes I'll come up to a task and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I wasn't at this task for like 2 or 3 months, so I know I'm hitting it quicker. And I mean, kind of like I was talking about with the fights, that the whole flea market thing with Altons and slicks and all that stuff not being on there. um it it feels good because not everybody has a ton of top level gear, and so I don't know if we'll see how it looks in like a month or two or whatever, if these things are just floating around everywhere. But right now it feels like it's at a little bit slower pace. I guess I should mention the hideout feels a lot harder to progress on now, so it's
Mhm.
taking me longer to like last wipe. I got my hideout done very fast, and then it was profit after that. Everything was just profit. And so now it's taking a little bit longer to get some of these items or save up to um buy some of these items and make that progression on the hideout. So they definitely made that a little harder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Atlas, your turn.
You've
played a lot of wipes, so you should have a pretty good handle
I
on
agree.
this.
I mean, I think it's going in the I think it's going in the right way. I think BSG does a bunch of cool shit, but they do it like 120%, then they cut back. They got to cut back to 20%, but then they cut back 30%, so things get all fucked up. And it's just finding that balance for them that I love to see, but I don't know. I was one of those people that abused, like I could make money like really quickly, and I would abuse buying slicks and altons and stuff constantly, and I would just go wherever and just dominate and be goofy and shit. But I love it now that I have to use these like level 4 rigs that Ragman has and things like that, and they're really fucking cool, and you kind of have to think about the way you play now instead of relying on your level 6 armor. You know what I'm saying? And your 995, like that's gonna pierce anything they have. You got to be like, okay, I got high flesh, and really like aim for those legs and stuff. It's funny. And then also I wanted to say, like I haven't played labs yet, but I'm excited to because the way they changed it, how you can't buy or sell the labs key cards anymore. You just have to farm them or like get them from your friends.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be, I'm just like, okay, I can't sell them anymore, except for the therapist for like 70K. So like, I'm gonna start running labs like all the fucking time when I get cards. So it's really changed the way I play, like completely this wipe, um, and I think it's moving in a good direction. I
Yeah.
just, yeah,
Yeah, sure. Final answer. All right. Who's next? Goddess. This is probably this is gonna be opposite for her because this is only her second wipe. So first wipe is like the crushing reality of what Tarkov is, and the second one you're like, oh, I remember some of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, one thing I did notice is how much more important the hideout is. Like, yeah, it is harder to level it up and all that. But I leveled it up really fast. And so I started making good ammo. And I realized I was winning fights way faster. And like they were
Yeah.
having to dump bullets into me. And it felt like they were shooting marshmallows and I was shooting like good ammo. So definitely I think that was a way they try to make the hideout more important. But so like now I'm starting to make money from my hideout, but it was harder. I feel like so like when I started last wipe, it was kind of easy, but I didn't really pay attention to the hideout. But this one, yeah, I don't know. Hideout is definitely key, I think, in making the good ammo and being able to run what you want to run, since some
100%.
things aren't going to be on market. So,
100%.
yep.
Cool. Miss Trash, how about you?
Pretty much what everybody else has been saying, honestly.
Yeah.
She's like, yes.
Yeah, like I really have nothing even new to add to
Yes.
that.
I-
All of you guys have pretty much hit that right on the.
I will
right on
say
the
this.
head.
I
I'm
think
glad we notice it though. That's what's
For-
cool, is that we notice it. Like,
yeah.
mhm.
Miss Trash was outpacing me leveling for a good while. She might still be outpacing me.
Well,
I remember-
Level check. Notice.
28 now?
yeah, I'm only 26.
Yeah.
Granted though, I feel like I've only played like
You've-
this week I think I played maybe twice this week at the most.
Yeah, you've taken some time off. But for a while,
Yeah.
you were like crushing me. And I remember like last wipe when we played, you were like, oh, I'm only like level like 28 when I was like 36 or something. And she like felt bad about it. And then like most of this wipe, she's been crushing me in the leveling game.
Well, so the way that Inertia aside, my first 8 raids of this wipe, I survived back to back to back to back. I had finished like tasks like that. Like that's never happened for me. Like usually, with what it's been like last wipe, especially when I first started, I think I lost the first 14 raids in a row. So like it was bad. So like this wipe already, I'm doing a lot better than I have been. I feel like the progression. Like I was saying earlier, like there is definitely like a mid game now, and I like that, like mid tier loot and stuff like that, even for the people that are much higher level. But I also feel like I'm leveling and doing my tasks faster. Like the only thing that really held me back for the longest time was like the gas analyzers that everybody was crying. Like, you know, like everybody was like, I will sacrifice a sheep to Satan right now for a gas analyzer. And like like that held me back for sure, but like once that like those like annoying ones were out, you know, once I got those flash drives and stuff, I've been killing the tasks. And I can't even say if that's anything wipe related or if like I'm actually understanding the game a lot more because I'm actually learning, you know, like whatever. But I feel like with Inertia it's making me play a lot different. And the way that I'm playing now is actually working in my favor because I'm actually getting stuff done. But and it's also helping when I'm not like I said earlier too, not running up against people with max gear or the best gear possible because everybody's just kind of like, I got this gun from a present, but I'm also wearing, you know, a P.E.K.K.A. and a penis helmet for the next until I finally unlock something way better, but I don't know.
Until I stop hating myself.
Exactly.
Oh,
Until the slick drops from the sky in an airdrop, I'm gonna be running those.
All right. Resident Chatty Fudge XL. How do you think the pace of the wipe's going? Wait,
cruising.
before we do that, what level are you?
44, I think.
Yeah. All right.
43, something like that.
All right. Yep. I was right. Chadwick XL.
I'm cruising, and but like it happened last wipe. My first wipe, I didn't like do any tasks. Last
Same.
wipe, I got like to the point where I was just like, I don't want to do tasks anymore. So I stopped doing it for like 2 months and then just PvP'd. That's where I'm at right now. I'm just like tired of doing tasks. So I'm just like W keying everything and dying. So, you know, that's fun. But soon we'll get back into doing tasks. I like where the state of Tarkov is as far as like with the flea market and everything is concerned. Like I like that not everybody's running, you know, slicks and everything like that, even though like that's normally what I would run, but it kind of just like makes it more interesting, you know.
100%.
Anybody can win a fight. It's
Fights
not
are
like
so good right now.
They're really fun.
Anybody can win a fight, and like there are times where I'll die to somebody that like last wipe I wouldn't die to, and I get mad and I rage, but like
And he's like, I hate inertia.
yeah, but like it definitely makes the game more interesting where if everybody's kind of on the same playing field, you hit one lucky shot to somebody in the face that's not wearing like a Rise T or a Alton that they could have been wearing last wipe because you could just buy them. That little Timmy might win the fight against whoever. So it definitely makes things more interesting. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I remember a couple wipes. What was it? A couple wipes ago. Atlas did the 1 through 40 only on reserve. And he got juiced because the flea market existed. And it was like he got some money and then went and bought a few killer armors and then he just stomped everybody. Like, because they were like, oh, I'm going to shoot you with my PS. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. And he
Like
lived so many raids. It was like, the theory used to be, and I think is almost exactly what he said, was like, if you invest in the good stuff now, nobody can do anything to you, so you're just going to farm up a bunch of money right at the beginning of wipe, and that's basically what he did. You can't do that necessarily. You can't just buy your way to success now. And I like that. And I like the fact that everybody doesn't have the best ammo in the game. They don't all have the best armor, If you land a headshot, somebody's dead. Let's be honest. Like Fudge just said. You're not wearing a Rise T. Somebody shoots you in the head, you're dead. But we're 3 weeks in a wipe, and this is my going on my fifth wipe. And it still feels like I'm having those long exchanges like you do that first 3 or 4 days of wipe. Where you're finding cover and banging some shots around a corner.
Those really goofy fucking Donald Duck fights,
right. And you're like, I'm gonna shoot a couple bullets at this guy. Will you go flank and just destroy him? Is where late in wipe, it's everybody's got M61. They hit you with 2 bullets, you're dead. You're like, okay, well, next back to the lobby, and it's not even like they land well placed shots. They just shot enough bullets at you and got lucky with one, and now you're back in the lobby. Now I feel like I've been abusing the living crap out of the ump. Doesn't have good fire rate. It's got decent ammo with decent damage, but it's I have good control of that gun, and I've killed so many people with it this wipe, and it's not a good gun. It's a fun gun, and it's cheap gun, but it's not good, right?
Great early
It's
wipe
been doing
gun.
good.
It's a good early wipe
wreck
gun.
with that.
Right, but last wipe, if you were using the ump 3 weeks in, like I am now, you'd lose every fight because everybody would be running M4s, and at that point, everybody had BP ammo and was running mutants and AK-103s 3 weeks into the wipe.
So if I can add on to what I was saying before, I think running labs is that much more important now because what happens is you go run labs, even if let's say you have a dead lobby, right? You go and kill a bunch of raiders. You can get a bunch of BP. You can get some 5.6A1. You can get hex grids and all this good stuff. And then when you go to customs and you're going off against Timmy toe taps over there, you're chilling. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have the advantage now. So I think I don't know if maybe they thought about it, but it kind of gives an incentive for people who typically try to avoid labs because for whatever reason,
right?
An incentive to now go and play it.
And then people
they
farm
tore down
labs
a wall.
can't buy
They
them.
opened a gate for.
So that's a nice, and then you can't buy them on the fleas. So that's actually nice. So people who would normally farm are having to find the keys and go to the other places. And then people who don't usually are going to have to go there to get good gear that they like to run. So,
I mean, think about it, right? You can't sell because you can't sell the cards on the flea. You could sell it to therapist for what is it, $60K. But if you have that card, why not just give it a go? You know what I mean? And see, maybe you come out, super juiced, and now you're okay, I got to do this every time I get a card.
And I think dead raids will be less and less prevalent as the wipe gets on. More people will be like, dude, let's go to labs, bro. I got 5 keys, And you'll see it being more and more active, but it won't just be the necessary those 500 players that are just lab addicts that constantly go because they could just buy the fucking cards on the market constantly. It'll be a weird mixture of coordinated teams, medium guys, and then Timmies, with ADARs or nakeds with pistols. I don't fucking know, but it's
That'd
gonna
be
be
fun,
funny.
though.
It's gonna be like old labs, honestly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like old labs.
Now that they took that stuff away, and a lot of that stuff, like a lot of stuff that you'd find in like the good gear, like the slicks, Altons, and that stuff, you can't sell anyway. Would you guys like to see traders have the key rooms for labs as barters? Like, they would have to be difficult barters, but would you like to see those on a
Some of them
barter?
are.
Right, but I'm
Well,
saying
I mean,
like
black,
all of
I
them.
guess.
Yeah, black. Would you like to see all of them available as some sort of barter?
No.
No.
I mean,
I think part of the allure of like, holy fuck, I just found red, right? That's like what kind of makes this game what it is, where like if you were just able to get whatever you want, like, yeah, sure, it's difficult, but if you're able to just get it from trader,
Yeah.
it takes away part of the
Right.
like
The wonder.
the fun of like, oh my god, I just got a Willer's wallet. What's in
Right.
it? Oh, holy shit, there's yellow. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
I think that's an old feeling of allure. I think that's gonna go away with time, because before you were like, I got red, I'm gonna go to labs, clear out red, and make a ton of money and get rich. Now you're like, well, I can go there and get red. I'm not gonna make a ton of money like I used to be able
Or
to.
even if they could have higher level tasks that you have to complete in order to get some of those cards, like as
maybe
a
not a
reward.
red, but like a couple of the other
Because
rooms.
that would
I
keep
think
people interested in continuing to play to get to
play
those higher
labs,
levels.
right?
Yeah, and then they'd have to complete quests in order to get those cards. So it'd keep people interested in the game and working towards a goal, and then they would get the reward of getting those cards. But I mean, also still being
I
able to
think-
find them, hopefully.
Yeah, I like what they did. I think they're on the track, but like, red isn't gonna last you all wipe if you're a labs main, and the benefit of getting that is you're gonna benefit personally, but it's not like, I mean, there's people that have tons of YouTube videos out like running red card for 50 raids, and I made so many hundreds of, like millions of rubles.
hmm
I don't think that you're going to be able to do that anymore, because half of those items you find there aren't going to be available to sell on the Flea.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's like a couple wipes ago, it was like, you found a red card. You're like, dude, I'm putting it up for like 100 mil. Instant 100
found
mil
a
right
red
at the beginning
card.
of wipe.
I don't know if they're. I'm sorry. Did you want me
No,
to?
it's fine.
I don't know if there are any of you guys are really like labs main. I mean, I'm not like a labs main, but I play labs fairly often.
You saw what
Red-
happened when you died, and I was stuck in labs.
Yeah. We don't talk about that. Labs is like, or red is like kind of like shit now. Like, there's like almost never any good loot in there. The only reason it's as expensive as it is because of that allure, in my opinion. Like, because you go, I would rather loot violet than loot red, because I get more good loot out of violet than I do red.
I've heard violet's good from everybody.
Yeah.
And that red's nothing. Not right now, maybe.
Even like last wipe, it was just, you didn't really get anything.
I feel like they change all the loot pools of everything constantly without saying anything. I just want to put that out there. I feel like
Sure.
randomly at 2 a.m. Nikita's like, fucking change the mark room fucking code, and like it's all of a sudden I'm getting like fucking Tazes, when I open marked. I
Yep.
swear that's how it works.
Like,
And they don't say
I-
shit.
I have the worst RNG, so I was just curious. I was just curious if you thought they should go there now that things are way more limited. I have a theory that we'll talk about later. Changes on the flea market. How do you guys feel about them? I'm gonna start with
I
you,
like it.
Fudge.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, like, on one hand, last wipe I would have like a thick case full of slicks at any given time, and like I used to love just always being able to wear max gear. But I think the idea behind it is phenomenal. I think it affects the game only in a positive way, personally.
I mean, I like the grind, so you have to grind to get your gear. You got to grind to get, you got to play smarter, tactical. You got to get your hideout going to where you can produce what you want, good bullets. So, I mean, it's just adds to the grind, yeah, but
It gives an
Yeah.
incentive for you to do like tasks,
Mhm.
like where things are locked behind tasks. Like,
Yep.
I was
Oh,
thrilled
sure.
when I unlocked TV 110s. You know what I mean? Like, as where last
Yeah.
wipe I could just buy it on the Flea for 150k, like 40k more. Now I'm like,
Right.
I love that I can get it. I can just
Yep.
buy it now. You know, so
And then for, of course, people that can't play all the time, it's like, okay, cool, we're coming in and there's not slicks and Altons everywhere, you know? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice for everybody. Like Miss Trash said, like a mid-wipe. And so I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Especially
So,
for me who started last wipe and I was just trying to get used to Tarkov in general. And like everyone was running high gear super fast. It was really, really rough. But this one, like, I think it's nice for people that are just starting.
Yeah.
okay. How about you,
It
Miss
helps with
Trash?
it helps with, like I was saying earlier, it helps with progression a lot. I feel like slowing it down anyways, but then I just feel like I like that 55A1 is such like a good round and stuff when you can't buy it on the market now, but I can still find it on scavs and stuff, like
Mhm.
regular scavs too. Like it's just how much more of I was already a hoarder and now like I have to really hoard my bullets, so it feels like I'm already kind of doing what I would have been doing anyways, but now like how important it is to me, like no, I need these bullets, give me all of them. um I just think it's really interesting. And I mean, I was always a TV 110 gamer. Like even when I had like a thick case and a half, a thick case and a half full of like hex grids and slicks, and I was still like, I want my TV 110. So I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not gonna get like completely wrecked just because I prefer to run a TV 110 anyways. Like I don't know.
You're still high
I
gear or still good gear.
I
Yeah, it's
wonder
good.
how. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh
cut you
no,
off.
No, you're good.
you're good.
I wonder how it's gonna affect late wipe, right? So like,
hmm
are you? So like right now, for example, BT is decent ammo to run right now because you can't just go and get like Ignolic or BS as easy as you
Mhm.
could. I wonder if further down the line in wipe, if you're gonna still kind of see those mid-tier ammos hanging around as
Yeah.
opposed to people that are just only running BP, only running 55A1, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's
I-
always a chance that they make some kind of change too, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
could just
Yeah.
be out of the blue they make some kind of change and there's a new task to do or something and it'll unlock it purchasable from trader.
Yeah. About Atlas, how do you feel about Flea changes? Try
Excuse
again.
me.
You're muted.
I think it's all good. I agree with most of what everybody's saying. I don't think it's really gonna be that big of a deal later in the wipe. I think everybody's gonna have. There's gonna be is gonna be running enough of like high end gear, enough like high penetration ammo and stuff to be rotating around as people get killed and you scab in, you find bodies. Like there's definitely that 0 to hero moment. Like I've already killed like thick boys with a fucking Saiga 9 on woods, just like goofing off stream, and so there's always that, and I've died, to fucking Taz boy on fucking, fully juiced and like what the fuck, like,
Mhm.
and so I really think that's gonna just circulate out, and there's gonna be a plethora of fucking loot and gear, and people aren't gonna know how to use it, for fudge. You can take advantage of those motherfuckers, Then boom, you've killed people with like 20 impact grenades, and you're like, why? You didn't use
Oh, I
one.
love impact grenades.
Dude,
Exactly.
they're
I love them. They're
insane.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're kind of toxic. I don't know.
They're toxic, but they're so
So
much fun.
toxic.
They're so much fun.
We'll talk about some of the new equipment a little bit later for sure. Because
So yeah,
there's
I
gonna be
think the
some
flea market's
opinions on
going
that.
the right way.
Yeah. Mr. Armbars?
Yeah, I feel like equipment gear has more value now in the sense that like I can't, if I got 2 slicks in my inventory, I'm not just gonna run them and be like, well, fuck it, I'll just buy another one if I lose these here. It's I almost feel like it makes a raid special. Like I'm really gearing up for this one and
Mhm.
gives you that like edge, that anxiety of like I need to make it out of this one. I've got this good gear. I don't want to lose it. I'm gonna bring in my best gun, my best armor, and I don't know. It's keeping it exciting for me. When you get something good, that's awesome. I'm gonna use it now. I can't just go sell it on Flea. So I'm gonna hold on to this slick, and one of these nights with the buddies, I'll actually go out and use this, and I can't just buy another one. So this is very important.
Like max effort.
It's keeping it exciting.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
That's a dangerous thought, though. That's close to gear fear, bro. It's not quite, but it's close.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
remember, you got to lean on that level 6 armor. You can get more aggressive. You can you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say
True.
startup
So-
wipe, I went as thick as I could, and then
Yeah.
like everything that was leveled up one more, I wore it as soon as I could, because then I was going against people that were wearing the low tier or going naked. So I was able to get a lot of kills and level up quickly because I
Yeah.
was going as hard as I could. And like
Just
even
numbers.
now, I've been running the scar, I've been running, as high gear as I can to still try to fight. So
But I get what you're saying. I'm just being
Yeah.
devil's advocate.
But yeah,
Because I
you're
still
like,
get
"I'm
it
wearing
too.
this."
I'm like, I love this gun.
if I die, you grab
Hide
my
it.
shit and run. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly. Dad life, hide my shit or I'm unfriending you. Like I just said that the other night. So I get what you're saying. I'm just like,
No, yeah.
I look at it like poker. Like when you're sitting around playing poker with your buddies and not for money, right? You're just playing just for fun or whatever.
Mhm.
And then you get like the one or two friends that are just like all in every time because they don't have the gear fear, right?
yeah.
So they just go all in all the time. They're not really like playing the game to play the game. I like holding on to, even if I have 40 million in my account, I'm still feeling like this equipment is important to me and I don't want to lose it. I don't know, it
really
that's
does
fun to
feel
me.
like that. It really does, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that affects your playstyle. Like,
Yeah.
So, you take like is this a 50-50? Is this like I'm gonna send it, and it's really like a 20-80 chance of me winning, but I think I'm really good. I'm gonna make it happen, or I'm pretty sure this is an 80-20. I'm taking this fight because I've got good gear. I got good position. I'm taking this fight. I mean, that's kind of like tactics when it comes down to it. I like a lot of the flea market changes. For sure. I mean, I'm pretty much like all of them so far, I think. I think that there's gonna be some adjustments. Somebody just a few minutes ago, who was it? Let's see. Jesus.
I see fudge and white claws.
Rapid mentioned now they've already made changes to the flea.
Cheers.
Kind of something I don't want to see is them roll back changes as the wipe goes on. Like last wipe, they're like, oh, we're going to make Flea at 20. They rolled it back to 15, which I think was a good change. But I don't want to be like, hey, we took away tier 5 armors, but you know what? We're going to let you guys have them again. Because at that point, like what happens is, and it's a BSG classic for me, is like they let everybody play some way for like a month or a month and a half. And like, let's be honest, like your good players, or good players and players with a lot of time end up in a certain place in the wipe. Your average players end up somewhere else, and then like your new players or your players that don't have a lot of time end up in a different place. And then it always seems like they make a change that benefits like that top 10% or 5% of players, or either benefits them or it doesn't make a difference to them at all because it doesn't matter and it punishes everybody else. So I'm hoping they don't make any drastic, big, giant changes where they're like, hey, we just did that because it was the beginning of wipe. Hey, Flea's wide open for everybody now. Like, I hope that doesn't happen.
Like they just keep it. Like they
Yeah.
started at this way, just keep it. Yeah.
Well, it's
Of course,
usually
you can
them
make
trying to
little
balance
tweaks
it,
here and
right?
there, but yeah.
They're usually trying to balance things, or like
Right.
20 didn't feel right for whatever reason, and then they decide to set it back to 15. Like, it stinks when stuff like that happens mid-wipe, but I kind of see why they're doing it.
Oh my god.
I should probably turn my music
No,
off.
Fucking
It's like white noise to me now. I'm just kind of like, oh, shit.
Patches has got to come in and be a fucking diva right now.
What happened?
'Cause, like,
Patches is
for s-
back. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, love that guy. Sorry, go ahead.
All right.
Mhm.
Thanks for that, Patches. Appreciate it. I don't think everybody else heard it, but I did because I turned it off. Because I'm a jerk.
I had one thing I
But
need
y'all
to
can
relay to
read.
2 different people real fast. Sorry.
Okay, all right, go for
One
it.
person wanted Fudge to know that he's smelly. That was Behua wants Fudge to know that he's smelly, and then Cheaters is asking why does Atlas look like a cop?
But not
Like
just
he
any
is.
cop. I would say like the cop from Super Troopers. One of them. Any of them.
Here we go.
So
Nice.
I'm a bad cop, but like it's not like But like a shitty cop.
Oh my gosh.
It's that ex-military vibes.
I got like, yeah, ex-military.
So now, what do we talk about this? Because it's a relevant subject. Everybody in chat was like, "Hey, servers are back up." What do you guys feel about not the servers overall? We all. I don't want to talk about the servers, but what do you guys feel about what BSG is doing, how they're communicating, what they're trying to do with the servers, what's going on, and how they implemented queue times? What do you guys feel about that? Atlas, I'm gonna let you go first. You gotta unmute if you're gonna talk.
Someone else.
Atlas
I went
can't
first
talk.
last time.
I'll start. So
All right.
Thank you, goddess. Thank you.
I got you. I appreciate it a lot that they're keeping us updated as much as possible. So that way we know. And that way they know that, or that way we know that they know we're struggling over here with the queue times and the servers. And, it's a sense of they're listening and they're trying to keep us updated. As far as technical issues and all that go, I don't know how to fix that. I don't have advice to how to fix that or what needs to be done to fix that. So I'm just like rolling with the punches. I'm like, I don't know. I can't put input on that part, but yeah, I do appreciate that they're trying and updating us. So at least we can tell our communities. So they just like, especially for me, I can tell my community like, hey, like this is the last thing they put out. Like when you come to my stream, if I'm sitting in a queue for a long time, like, or if I'm not able to open up my game, like, this is the last tweet they put out, like, so that way it doesn't fall on us creators because, we're trying to do the best out of it.
Yeah. All right. Fudge, thoughts?
So I kind of, it's like a double-edged sword kind of for me. Like, so obviously you want to play Tarkov, right? So the queue times are kind of ass. But when I'm playing with other people, I've had so much fun in between raids where like we know we're going to have a long queue. So we play like Cards Against Humanity online, or like I'll play like Slither and just like having fun that way. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I'm here to play Tarkov. I'm here to make Tarkov content. Like, let me play a game. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
So I'm in between.
In between. I get that. All right, we lost our armors.
I was like, did we lose our armors?
Oh no, we keep losing people.
Sorry about that.
Did he lose his
cat
USB
had
stuff
an
again?
accident. Sorry about
USB
that.
all shut down. Mr. Armbars will be back. Guys, we'll just do this real quick so everybody can see. We'll just go boom. 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 Just so you can see them so they don't have overlays across the half of their face. So I don't know. Who else wants to comment? Because I got some really big things that I have big opinions on the queue system.
Miss Trash.
My only thing that I like, yeah, it sucks being stuck in a queue, but like kind of like what Hay Bales posted the other day. Like, we come from MMO games. You deal with queue times. That's just part of the game. I mean, like Rust servers and stuff like that.
I'm used to that because Rust too. Yeah.
Like you hang out in queue times, and like they're doing it to prevent other issues, and like obviously like some things aren't gonna work the first time. They're gonna have to figure it out. So like, and I can't complain. I can't complain about something that I don't even know how to personally fix. That's just how I feel about it. Like I'm not smart enough to fix this problem, so I'm not gonna complain about it unless I'm like, oh, the answer is obvious, right?
Right.
The answer's not obvious to me. I don't freaking know.
Yeah. Atlas, you got anything to add? I mean, you're familiar with queues from DayZ lately.
I think that it's frustrating now, but I really do think right now it's simple, and they're going to make it more complex later on, and it's going to offload that. Like, they're going to create more avenues of like, maybe the queue times will only be region locked. So if if it's you can go to fucking Europe if it's the middle of the night there, and not have a queue. You know what I'm saying? Or like it'll just separate it. Like, I think everybody and their mother's trying to play right now in Asia, Europe and United States or wherever, all over the damn world,
Mhm.
South America too. And I know that's not all the countries and continents and stuff, you know. And I'm just,
I thought that was all of them.
but I can't think
That's
of them
all.
right now.
I
Okay,
think that was
just
all.
Don't
No,
judge
just
me.
kidding.
No, like Australia. There's so many that. Okay, but anyways,
yeah.
you guys.
Time,
are
all
seeing my
right,
point,
guys, we're
and
gonna pull out GeoGuessr and play some geography with the Atlas family now.
No, I'm sorry. Welcome
No,
back,
that's
Mr.
good.
Armbars.
Oh, thank you. It's going great over here.
Yep, super duper. I don't know
Going
what you're
great.
using. For...
I'm just saying. I think it sucks now, but they're gonna make it work better later on as it progresses, and it's gonna be you're gonna see it less and less. Like when you get on, it's
or
gonna
maybe
be
we
like,
won't.
oh, maybe 10 minutes, and
maybe we
Yeah.
won't need it at all.
Yeah,
You know?
Someone,
maybe we won't.
I saw that post this morning on Twitter where they're saying that they're trying to get to a point where they don't need them anymore.
Right,
But like
yeah.
right now, there's obviously way too much traffic. But also, it's a drops event right now. Like, of course, there's so much traffic. Every time there is a drops
yeah.
event, everybody and their mother
Drops
wants to
event.
play, and then they get over it within the next couple weeks. Unless
It's
they
on
literally
sale
lose
right
them anyways.
now. It's the
Right.
beginning. They got like 3 things: beginning of wipe, games on sale, drops. Like
Yeah.
the
And-
perfect trifecta of extra traffic.
Yep.
Yep.
And all the big
will be
streamers,
separated from the
Summit,
chaff.
Dr. Disrespect,
Yeah.
XQC, all these guys
Yeah.
were playing
Yeah.
the game, so it's like
Yeah.
really in the public eye right now. So
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like what didn't like Sykkuno and all them too like download the game? Like that's
I saw
those
Valkyrie
are-
playing it the other day.
Yeah,
I'm
Valkyrie
like,
Yeah.
playing it. Was
I'm like, what are
she-
you doing here?
I
You
saw
know
her
what I
post.
mean?
She's like, Sykkuno made me download it. I went, oh my god. So
Yeah, she was
many people
playing
now
it.
are
I
like,
saw-
what's this game?
I saw Lupo post something about it, like watching all my friends play Tarkov for the first time and loving it, or something like that. It
That's
was
cool.
hilarious because of course he's watching these people that like, and I feel like a lot of them are like Valorant or Counter-Strike players or Overwatch
Yeah.
players, so they like know how to play a shooter. But they go into Tarkov and it's a totally different ball game, and he was probably
Mhm.
laughing so hard.
Mhm.
Oh my
Like
God,
we all
Dr.
have. We probably-
Disrespect.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect. If you guys have seen him
I love
play,
it.
he is
is
so
amazing.
angry.
But yeah, he
I
is
love watching
mad
it.
at Tarkov because it's
Amazing.
just so different in it, and I'm just like, I literally get off on it. I'm like, I mean, one time
yeah.
he was like bleeding, and he's like, how do I fucking stop? And he fucking ate sugar in his he was just eating sugar, and I'm like, I was like, oh
Trying to
my-
get health
this is the
back.
truth. It
You're
was
like close,
the
but no.
greatest moment. And I had the clip, but it was before he got banned
awesome.
from Twitter. All his clips are gone. Rip.
Oh.
The back
Bloody
to
D.
back.
Dr. D.
F in chat.
Did you just
Back
mention
to back
Dr. Disrespect in a Twitch stream? How dare you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have been shut down.
Oh my God. Here we
We
go.
got Twitch moderators in the chat? Oh no.
Kidding. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to mess up everything.
There you go.
We are in our section.
There you go. Enjoy that in chat. Who
6
needs
feet, 6 feet.
who needs Dr. Disrespect when you have Daddy Disrespect?
Exactly. We have dad
Ooh.
life.
Yeah,
Oh
there
my
you go.
goodness. All right, it is a drinking stream now. Okay.
Yeah. So I think the queues are fine. The only issue that really is frustrating for me is it happened to me today. My client froze. I had to restart. And boom, I'm 120,000 in queue. What did it take me? An hour and a half to get back in?
Yeah.
There should be
That
a
was
reconnect
hilarious.
There should be a
reconnect buffer.
there should be a reconnect feature. And like
Yeah.
I think there is. If you're in a raid, you can get right back in. But if you're in the
Yeah,
lobby
so-
and your hideout bugs out, well, hey, at least you finish your raid. Have a good day.
How about priority in the queue for EOD accounts?
Yes.
A lot of people are saying that in
yes,
chat.
Yes.
I
That
do
would-
like that.
And if anybody's against it,
Buy
I will
EOD.
literally
You're paying
donate-
$150 for the
names.
game.
I will literally
Yeah.
donate money to not have to wait in queue. Like
I was gonna
aside
say,
from
okay, so
VOD.
that's one thing I was gonna bring up about the queue is like coming from Rust, you used to be able to buy passes. So like a lot of content creators or people that were constantly playing would buy these passes to bypass those queues or to get further
Yeah.
into the queue. And I think, as content creators and like people that play it all day, every day, like that would be great. Like there's people that can just like, hey, jump in queue, and whenever they get home, they'll be
But
in queue.
EOD
in.
should cover that. I mean, that's basically
I do like
one
that
of the-
too.
one of the perks
Yeah.
of EOD was like you get all future content at no extra charge if they add extra maps that they didn't plan on later, etc., etc. Well, the only thing that you get for EOD right now is the in-game perks, and then nothing. There's no other perks. Well, if you're going to have a priority queue as one of the perks, cool.
Yeah,
One,
it makes
I
sense.
guarantee they would sell a lot more EODs if the queue thing continues.
Mhm.
But two, it's like we paid all this extra money. Yes,
And
I
they
got
might keep the queue going.
They might.
Be like, Nikita,
depending
it's a
on what's going
win-win,
on.
buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
no, dude.
No.
We want the
That
queue to
is
go away
true.
though.
Yeah,
That's
go
fair.
away.
Shit.
I
We
think the
don't want
queue
a
is
queue,
great
for sure.
though. I
Just
think
get
the
rid of
queue is great to have. I think the queue
The,
is great to have because it
Oh,
helps
just like
you
I'm gonna go take a
manage.
shower. I'm in the queue. Fuck it, you know.
Dude, I
Yeah,
watched a whole
right.
episode of
Just get us
Dexter
better
today.
Dexter.
Yeah.
server connections. When it's preventing us from taking 15 minutes to get into a game, yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's a good thing.
Right.
But
I'm
here's the
fine
thing
with
that
But the
The
queue
queue
is
when you're
waiting for a
in the
fucking
game.
match, anyways, man.
well, here's the thing you
Yeah,
have to like
that's
kind of
true.
you kind of have to like plan
That's
now,
true.
right? Like how I used to do it is I would just start my stream and then like load up Tarkov,
It
right?
is bad.
Now
Mhm.
you have to like kind of make sure you're not going to be sitting there for 2 hours before you start your stream up, or else you're just sitting and just chatting for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and
but
that
the
sucks.
downside is-
Right. That sucks for people like me in the summertime. If there's a hour queue, I get home from work, feed boy life, or like I get home from work and want to do stuff right away, and I'm like, oh, there's a 2-hour queue. I'm not going to be able to like get on stream on time, and that's where it sucks for like if you're
Yeah.
a part-time creator. But like, not for
Yeah.
nothing.
No, I get that.
Who gives a shit about creators? Creators are only a fraction of the player
Not me.
base, right?
True.
But it sucks for creators, you know.
But no, not even creators, because like if you get off work and you have this time to this time before you have to like put the kids to bed, or you got to do this, you got to do that, it would be nice to load up Tarkov and be able to get in there. So for people who only have that time, they're trying to load in, and by the time it's already passed, by the time they get in. So I do get that too.
For sure.
I think though also it's terrible because if you have to restart your game, which is very often because
Mhm.
there's always something wrong and you get thrown right back into the queue, that's shit.
You got
I
to
said
clear
this today to you,
cache.
Dad Life.
You got to
remember?
restart.
Right.
I
That's
was
what
like,
I just
the
said.
thing is,
Catch.
it's a catch-22 because this game, you know, the queue, whatever, it's helping the server stability, right? But
Right.
the game requires you to restart every 3 raids to run
Yeah.
up like well.
That
You know
is
what I'm saying?
true.
So, like,
I think
it's
I
a
think
catch.
Hay Bales was saying that there should be like a system where if you just recently had to restart your game, then you have like a grace period to get back into the game. So
Right.
like you
That's
skip
smart.
the queue within like 10 minutes of like having to restart your game or something like that. Otherwise, then you get thrown back into the queue. Which that would be sick. If that was on there, then it would be fine, you know, because then like okay, like I'm restarting my game, I'm hopping back in. I don't have to worry about a queue. But if you have to restart your game every 3 raids because you're trying to move stuff in your inventory and all of a sudden it goes and then now you're a perma loading screen, then like that's shit.
Yeah, it's
That
terrible.
is
I mean,
true.
like, today I waited like 10 minutes to hope that my game would like unfreeze itself and stop doing the pinwheel of
You
death
did
and come
have to
out of
get
it.
back in.
I'm like, no, we're not restarting. We're not restarting.
then-
It's the middle of the afternoon. It's gonna be a million people. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then
The
eventually,
queue
I
is
was like,
literally
I have
people
to do
just
it.
restarting and getting disconnected. It's like
Right.
sad. It's like, oh my god.
We love
But I'm glad they're
Tarkov,
doing
though.
it. I will say this: this wipe, and this is relation to queues, and you guys can give me your opinion on it. I think that in the game, inside the game runs the best that it's ever run. Outside of the game, it runs like dog crap. Like in your menus and hideout and stuff, it runs like shit. But once you get into the match, relatively speaking, it runs great. The best that I
Yeah.
can ever remember it ever running.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's been a
You
great
know, I don't feel like there's a ton of desync. I'm not disconnecting from a million raids. You know, I feel like the game stability, raid stability, is the best that it's ever been.
I agree. Let me say this though. Do you notice when player scabs load in that you stutter for a split second?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Every single time.
it's
I
always
kind of
been
like it,
that
so I
for me.
know. I kind of like
I
it,
know.
just
I'm
so
like,
I know.
player scabs are in. They're in.
I'm like, all right,
I
get ready
like
to go to
that.
extract.
I'm like, we're fucking
Yep.
dead.
Or even NPC scabs when the next set of NPC scabs load in.
Yep.
You can
yep.
tell then too.
You want to know? You want to know what's
Okay,
the
I was making
biggest
sure I
thing
wasn't
that I've
crazy
noticed?
then. But
No,
I,
no.
I agree with you, Deadlift. I agree.
The only bug I've noticed while I'm in raid is if you look at your which I mean I don't have any of my shooter-born kills, so it's not a problem. But if you look at any like of those tasks, like shooter-born or something like that, it says 0 out of whatever.
You can't reference
until
to
you're
it.
out of raid. So like I can't remember what other task it was off the top of my head that I noticed it on because, like I said, I don't have
But
any of my
it's-
shooter-born kills yet. But
it's kind of good. Are you saying it's bad or are you saying it's good?
Well, it's just like
broken.
you can't reference.
yeah,
if you've
it's
done
just a
certain
bug
part.
because I want to know how
No,
many
it's
kills
good.
I've got.
It's good. It's good because you're not gonna know until you go confirm that shit. It's becoming more realistic. So like back in
I
the
mean
day,
that's fair.
we used to be able to kill somebody and just hit tab, go to your stats, and see your PMC kills.
Yeah.
And they took that away. So this is the next step of that. I think. And like
I don't think it's intentional though.
Yeah, I think it's a bug.
intentional. It's
because
just
you're
a
right.
bug.
Because when you complete a quest, it still goes down, right? Like
Yeah.
Right.
okay, so you're right.
But
Maybe
it won't
is a
show you
bug.
how many kills you have. It's just a bug.
Okay.
But it'll still tell you completed the task. It's super wonky
You're
that
right.
way. And
You're
like
right.
that is the one reason that like I'll even leave like the grenadier task like for the longest time. Like I still don't really run or grenades and stuff like that just to see if I actually kill people like to confirm it. So if they were doing it on purpose, that would be cool. But it's 100%.
I get you.
not on
That's
purpose.
strategic. I mean, fuck.
What the
Yeah.
only like issue that I have with the game right now is goddamn Santa Claus. Get that goddamn
Oh.
Get
Yeah.
Santa
I've almost
Claus,
killed him so
get
many
Santa
times.
out of the game. Christmas is fucking over. I'm
He
tired of
scared
losing
me.
scav rep. I'm tired of it. I see him and I think it's a player and I kill him and then I go, well,
Ooh,
fuck, there
but
goes all my
people
scav rep.
faking to be
Yeah, people
him.
faking
I tried
it
to do
too.
that. People kept killing me. It's toxic.
Yeah.
Well, my issue is that you're not supposed to lose. You're only supposed to lose rep if he dies, and I accidentally popped him
Same.
in raid, but I didn't kill him, and I still lost rep.
Oh.
Got
So
Oh,
I don't know if
crap.
that meant he bled out before I
Oh, he
finally got
did.
to extract or what. But that's messed up. If it was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pop you, bro. I'm just on my way out. Like,
I popped him
Oh,
and I
that don't
threw him like an
happen.
IFAC. I threw him bandages. I was like, heal Santa, I'm sorry.
oh,
The best situation literally was I was playing with, I think was it Atlas? It was Atlas, Fallen, and myself, I believe. I do have a clip of it too. Maybe I'll pull it up later if I can find it. Atlas accidentally shot Santa. Atlas, I'll let you tell the rest of the story because it's hilarious.
No, just play the clip. Just
All right, let me
Yeah,
see.
the
I'll pull the
clip.
no,
clip up.
you play it and set it up. Go ahead. I
I'll
don't
set up the
fucking know.
clip. I'll set up
My
the clip.
best
All
clip
right,
was
I shot.
popping.
Let me see.
Oh, go,
Okay, go ahead.
No,
Go
go.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
guys.
tell
No.
your story. I'm pulling up the clip.
I was like, my best clip is whenever I killed Dad Life, Fudge. Who all did I kill?
Oh my goodness.
Jimtastic. I
Oh
dropped
yeah,
like a
the
3
three
or
of
4
us
man of
in the
Chad.
when we were 4-man and you
All of them.
Yeah.
I threw
Yeah.
stun nades
Is
to
there a clip
stun
of that
them.
too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But-
there it
I'm
is.
but
sure
see that-
Dad Life has it.
that was my own fault because we were all streaming. I was like, "Hey, how do you guys feel about paid team kills?" And you were like, "You like it opened the floodgate where
You
she
really
just killed
did.
everybody."
And they're like, how much to drop the whole team? I was like, dude. And I gave the price and they did it. I was like, and so I got like stun grenades. I got like a 100 rounder. And I was like, they're going down. Got all of them.
Yeah, she did.
Dad Life was the last one.
I was trying not to. I was
so
trying to
heated.
convince her. There was no voice. You know when you try to like talk somebody down. I was like, "Look, don't do this. You don't want to do it." And like I was trying not to shoot back. Honestly, she probably missed me for half a mag.
I did.
Because I
couldn't
was
stop laughing.
so good at dodging. But it was a good time. So, all right, let's try to jump to this clip here. Let's see if I can do it right here.
Oh,
Do.
man.
All right.
Felt terrible, by the
hold
way.
on. There we go. All right, so here's the clip. I'm playing it for everybody in chat. You guys can hopefully
Anyways,
Look at that hair.
I shot
Look at
Santa.
that dad life hair right there.
Fucking shot Santa, and then some guy came around,
Mhm.
and he was like, and I was like, okay, fucking prove your loyalty, and I was like, kill Santa, and you can join our crew, and then this is what happened. It was fucked up. VoIP makes you a bad person.
It can be toxic.
And that is how Atlas gained rep by shooting
Yep.
Santa and then convincing somebody else
That's
to
how
kill
you
him to
farm
get the
rep.
revenge rep.
No audio,
Okay.
by the way.
There was no audio for that? Oh my god. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I muted the
Jesus,
whole
I'm
time.
boosted.
Are you serious?
Ugh.
That was the whole point of it, man. All right,
I
man.
know. Well, I'm boosted, all right? I don't have a cool Echo XLR, all right?
I deafened for it and everything.
We'll watch it again on the outro. I'll hold it there. It's good. It's
Hey,
a good clip.
His name is Dad Life, all right? That's
Yeah.
a total dad.
Somebody
move,
could have
Dad
told me.
move.
right?
Somebody
And
who
we're
was
like the
watching
kids.
it,
We're like the
Fudge,
I
kids.
was watching.
could have
and
told me.
saying-
I was deafened. I couldn't undeafen.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Jesus.
a lot to do.
All right.
True.
Well, we're
point.
boosted. We're trying here, okay? You know, third episode of the podcast, and I haven't done one in 6 months. All right, I'm still getting my feet wet.
I love it.
So
His mustache wet.
yeah, I do like the cool. I think that the events that they did were really cool this time. The Santa thing is very cool. I like it a lot.
Super cool.
I think that I can't find any of the. I can barely find the purple balls, so I'm not gonna get a cool weapon. Yeah, purple balls. That's what I said. Atlas is.
Oh, is that like a
interested now.
Dr. Seuss book or something?
Yeah, exactly. No, but seriously, I think the event's cool. I like the fact that Santa's in the game. I think it's really, really neat. We just needed some reindeer to hunt in the game as well.
That'd be cool.
Wait.
Yeah.
Little, can we get it? Oh, dude, that would be a cool item. A mask, but it's a reindeer nose. BSG. I got good ideas. Come at me. A little reindeer nose mask. That would be a sick mask. They had the Halloween mask. Come on, a little Rudolph nose. You run around hunting cultists. With
I
a
did
Rudolph
like
nose.
the Halloween event. That was cool. They had a lot of different options. That was really cool.
Yeah, some people don't have the tree yet. Are airdrops permanent now? We're talking about Santa. Let's talk about airdrops. What do you guys think about airdrops? Are they gonna be permanent? If they are, do you want to see them be permanent? What are your guys'
Fudge.
thoughts?
Go ahead, Fudge.
I
Fudge.
love airdrops. I'll tell you why. Because last wipe, I spent like 3 weeks looking for that goddamn evasion armband for Kappa, and I couldn't fucking find it. Fucking first day of airdrops, evasion armband. Fucking love them. Keep them.
Nice.
I think they are permanent. Keep those fucking things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I thought that they were only supposed to be a Streets of Tarkov thing, and that it was only permanent on that map specifically, not like all of them. But then I think they said that like it's supposed to be a permanent thing across all maps, which I think is cool. But I saw somebody's opinion on this, and so I actually have a way we can further this, even further this opinion discussion is. What if they made it so that a lot of the high tier loot is even harder to get, and you could only get it from airdrops?
Ooh, more
Right.
fights.
Right.
Drive
Yeah,
all
that's
the
like
fights together.
PUBG situation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think that it's like that now.
It's kind of
to a
doing
certain
that with the
extent.
Flea, but imagine if they like upped it even more with airdrops. I just think it'd be interesting. I don't necessarily know what I think of that, like if I would actually be a fan. But I think it would definitely be
Or
like an
what if-
interesting thing that they would do. Like I wouldn't complain about it if they did it. You know what I mean?
What if instead of the high tier loot, they made new loot that was exclusive to airdrops?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Instead
true.
of like,
Yeah.
oh, you can possibly get a slick out of there. You can get like some new gun or some new armor
Yeah.
that's like
Like
high
in-
tier, but you can only get it in
Yeah.
airdrops. Kind of like how
There we go.
PUBG did.
Sick.
I like that.
M243
Yeah,
out
that's
of
a good
the
idea,
out of the
Fudge.
airdrop. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
a really good idea. Exclusive to airdrops and airdrops. So one of the things that I noticed is first day airdrops were every single raid. They are not every single raid now, but
They're
I
not.
have been in raids where they've done it twice. There's been 2 airdrops.
I haven't seen that.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it happened to me on Interchange a couple times the other day where there was 2 airdrops, one at the beginning of the raid, one more towards the end of the raid. I like the airdrop thing. I think they're gonna fine tune it. I feel like I almost barely see any airdrops now, where it was every raid. And of course, that's like Atlas said before, it's a BSG classic, right? Like give you a ton of and then take it almost all away and then boost it back up. I wish they would just be like,
Without
take the
saying
dial
anything.
and slowly dial it back instead of be
Yeah.
like, oh no, that's too much.
I liked when they had
Turned
like
it
that
off
loot
almost,
event,
you know?
and then it was like insane loot, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like feast or famine, and it's like, hey, why don't we try a little bit? Hey, we're gonna throw this in and then work it up from there.
Well,
But
they
that's
definitely need to dial it back.
every game developer always does that. They always come out with like a new weapon in say Call of Duty, right? For any people that ever played Call of Duty in chat, I know Fudge is a Call of Duty person. I don't know if everybody else is, but like Call of Duty is classic for coming out with a new weapon. They nerf a couple of the other OPs. The
That's,
new
like,
one's the best
insane.
game. They're like, please spend money on the skins for this gun and get this gun and level it up. And then after like 3 or 4 weeks, they're like, okay, yeah, it's really broken and people are mad. We're gonna dial it back now. And I think that's a developer classic. It's always been, every game I've played has always done that. Something new comes out, new class in World of Warcraft, OP instantly, and then dial it back.
Yep.
I think my only complaint about the airdrop is that they should make the smoke on it a little bit more obvious, because on maps like Shoreline, where like they drop it out in the middle of a field, and if it hits the right bush, you're never gonna find it.
It should have
I
a.
agree.
I think-
It's weak as fuck. The
It
smoke
should have
bomb.
a bigger
They need to
shoot
make it a
too.
little-
For as
yeah.
much shit as it is in there, it should have a pretty big shoot or double shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be a fucking bigger container, have more smoke and a bigger shoot, and like
Make it just
more
real
smoke.
dramatic.
should be-
Louder too.
Yeah, more smoke will be a fucking.
Don't
like,
say
more
louder.
people will,
Don't say louder. So
I already got
loud.
killed because of how
Make
loud
it
it was.
louder.
Literally,
Oh my
me and
God.
my
please.
teammate almost killed each other trying to calm, and I was like, "Can you hear me?" I put the whole mic in my mouth. I was like, "I'm right behind you." Like, it's,
Hey, if you need to move, if you're
ridiculous.
stuck somewhere and you need to move, when you hear that plane coming, now's your time to move.
That is
I
got
true.
Pushed
covers
right
track
outside of
so
dorms
well.
from that.
Yeah.
Some dude, I was sitting there. I was like, "That's not footsteps I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That couldn't be." All of a sudden, I turn around. I'm with the Moes and the dudes. Bah, 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 and I'm just-
You want to know why it's so loud, right?
It's too loud.
Why? Why is
The,
it?
the airdrop is so loud, so now when it's raining, the key could be like, "Ha! Rain is not the loudest thing in Tarkov anymore. The
Yeah.
plane is."
That must be the reason. Because
Why?
there's no
Why
fucking
reduce
way,
rain
dude.
sound?
There's no fucking way. Like
I like his
mean,
humor.
jets, maybe. Like I don't know. Are planes that fucking loud?
No,
That
they're not.
close? Like
No way. No,
I don't know.
not. They're
I was in the
flying.
mall.
I'm in like interchanging. Like I'm in Ollie, and like
Yeah.
the building's fucking shaking. I'm like,
Yeah.
It is so loud. You can
Yeah.
hear nothing for a
And
good
they're-
like 2-3 minutes.
Christ, yeah.
They're flying at like 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet. They're not buzzing at like 1,000 feet. Like they're not buzzing the air tower or anything.
Okay, I'm making
You
sure
know?
because like that's crazy. Maybe Nikita's like, "Fuck you, see, we're doing stuff." You know, I don't know,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Pay attention." You know, I don't
You
know.
want good drop? Here.
Yeah. Oh, the
I-
drops suck. Okay, fuck you. You know.
I live near
I
a
love him.
an air base, and I mean they're flying C-130s over all the time in some of the areas that I work, and they are not nearly as loud as that thing. And they fly low because we're near the water, and they can get away with that. They're not flying that. They're not that low. Like the one C-130s and stuff. Like it's not that loud. You know. They use props. Is that plane using props or is it using turbojets? Because even then, we've seen
So-
C5 Galaxies fly in.
Someone's saying that the
Um,
C-17 is loud when it's that low. I bet.
It's
I
loud
mean,
as
inside,
fuck, but
inside the
it doesn't
mall-
have to be that low. It's not like
Yeah, they said
it doesn't
like
make any
C-
sense. The crate is like so fucking small. They need to make the crate bigger. It's so
Oh,
stupid.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like the
It
you could
dropped
dump.
like a thick case. It
Yeah, you
just-
could dump. You
had
could
the
dump the
rim for it.
crate out of a like sandpiper. You know, like there you go.
Yeah,
Have a good
It
day.
would be way more epic, but just there, it might be like clip with objects. I think that might be the concern. I don't know.
I think how loud it is makes sense, I guess, but it definitely like if you're inside a interchange mall, it should be a little less, a little more
Stay
muffled.
here.
Little more muffled.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, hiding inside anywhere, just be like, hey, I have like a slight earmuffs on.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I kind of like it though, because
It's so
you're
exciting.
just like, oh my god, you know, like
Nobody
fucking you with your
panic!
friends.
Nobody panic!
Yeah, and like you just like fuck with your friends, or you can push people, like you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
like
we-
you
Like
said,
the guy that
use
pushed the
use the
button.
time, yeah.
Yesterday we had a great dumpster, like 3 or 4 players that jumped on that thing like ravenous vultures
Oh, yeah.
when we were playing, and we wiped them up, took all the stuff, and left.
I do like that. Mhm.
Yeah, it was fun, and it's cool. It gives loot where you can't get it often. It creates PvP. It gives you some other objective. If you don't want to do, if you're not tasking and you're looking for PvP, hey, go look for loot. Go look for the PvP. And I think it's balanced. It's a risk versus reward, right? Run into the place, get the thing, you take the risk. Or, hey, I looted it, no one was here yet. I was the first one here, but inertia and weight system, can I get away with all of this stuff? Again, risk versus reward. And calculated. If you have your injector case and you SJ6 and Mule, maybe you can get out of there before nobody else does. If you're like, non-confrontational, if you're, a peacekeeper, but you want to, give loot to your friends. So overall, all around, I think it's good. I would like to see it a little bit more, and it could be mad. I have notorious bad luck when it comes to cool things in video games, so maybe it's happening more than for other people. But for me, I think I saw it once yesterday, maybe twice all day yesterday. I probably ran like 20 raids. I probably ran more than 20 raids yesterday, and I only saw it twice. That's where the first day was every raid or twice a raid. So I'd like to be able to see it maybe at least like 20 or 30% of the raids, if they're going to keep it in full time. I don't think they can do it every raid. You know? I'd like it to have high tier loot less often than every raid with like one slick and then a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
I'm happy with even hideout loot or like quest loot. That's really nice.
Collector loot, it's nice. I think they should keep the loot high, but keep how often it comes in a little less. But I mean, obviously, because they just added it, obviously they're gonna put it in like every other.
Then it makes it
raid,
worth fighting over. Because if it's garbage loot and it shows up all the time, no one's ever gonna push for it.
Sure.
So it kind of
gets people moving. I noticed that. I had a pistoler pushing to try to get it, and I was like, "Dang, look at him go!" Like, I mean,
risk versus reward. He had nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
Yeah, literally, he was like, "I'm out here. Let's go."
You're gonna lose a Glock? Nah, I'm fine. Lose a Glock, get a scar, a slick, and a raid backpack. Yeah, I'm running after it. So because sometimes people don't see it because it's so small and you can get away with it. I've seen videos of. Yeah, needs to be bigger. That's what she said. So moving on. What are your guys' thoughts on the new trader limits? Now that Flea is gone, do you guys think trader limits are appropriate, or do you think they should be adjusted? Fudge, you got an idea?
I didn't know if you wanted to. I didn't know.
You can go Fudge. You can go Fudge. You're like cupping. You're like cupping the scrotum of your mic.
You know what I mean? Because you kind of like do like, okay, Atlas, you go first.
No, you were like jumping on it.
This is an open discussion.
I didn't want to be the bad kid in the classroom.
This is Fudge's world. We're just living in it.
No, never that.
Come on, man.
You got the plaid on. Let's let him go first. No, just
Lather us and Fudge.
Damn it.
What?
So I like it in some aspects and don't like it in other aspects. Like, okay, so the ammo nerf where like, okay, so you can't go buy what's the ammo I'll use here? Like an MCX Blackout AP, right? Last wipe it was 300 you could buy at a time. Now that it's not on the Flea, they nerfed it. You can only buy 90 at a time. Like, yeah, they added other ammo that you could buy, but like, I don't like that aspect of it. But I do kind of like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, the slick trade used to be 2 troopers, like 2 Credoras and like 4 air mids. Now it's 3 troopers, 4 Credoras, 4 air mids. So I kind of like that. The higher tier stuff they increased, but don't like the ammo that they decreased. Like, I feel like they're nerfing ammo too much with it not being on Flea, and you're only limited to X amount now, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just gonna go because I have an opinion on it. So I feel like if they're gonna give me a way to stack my mags, so I can like stack the first 15 of BP and then PS and just auto set it, great. But like, I feel like if it's not available in the Flea anymore, and they've reduced what you can make in your hideout, I want to see one of two things. One, give me a reloading bench that reloads ammo at a decent rate without ridiculous mats. Or I want to be able to get if I get the good ammo, I want to be able to get the good ammo. If I want to run a certain gun, if I want to run an MCX, because I really like MCXs, I'd like to be able to run it and run it, say, all day so I can build up mastery in that weapon. Now it feels like, well, I'm out of MCX ammo, so now I got to switch to AK-103. I'm out of that ammo, so now I got to switch to something else. And then there's other ammos that they've limited completely, like AP63 and 7N39. It's like you limited that completely, but like 45 AP you can still get mutant stuff. So I think like the balance of ammo availability is really messed up, but I would love to see I would love to see a reloading bench. That's like the biggest thing. In the hideout, it's separate from your workstation. It's a reloading bench where you can craft just ammo, and it would be a little bit more realistic. Like you can reload a lot of ammo with one like 2-pound container keg of powder. Like make it realistic. And I would love to see that as an addition to the game if they're going to leave the traders the way that they are. And any ammo, level up to tier 3, and once you get to tier 3, as long as you have the mats, you can basically reload anything in the game and then adjust the limits appropriately.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying hideout is so important this wipe to make that ammo. Because whenever I was like, I have to keep running this ammo unless I get like a boss kill or like, like it's harder to come by. But that's why hideout is so much more important because you have to make it. But that would be a cool implement to make just a ammo bench. But then too, there's a lot of people that will probably be just cracking it out like crazy too. So, it's give or take. But good idea.
It's frustrating. Last wipe, I'd have like at any given time, like 2 ammo cases full of BP because all I ran was mutants.
Mhm.
And now I'm just like, I can't get good ammo. I have to like
Yeah.
conserve it or run like a different gun, you know?
It definitely has made it harder, but that's where you do see the mid wipe and then those more in-depth gunfights, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anybody else have any thoughts on trader
Well, I guess
limits?
they just don't want you running BP and mutants like all day, all night, right? Is that kind
Right.
of the thought? You
Yeah,
think?
I get that.
I feel
Yeah,
like
but-
there's- yeah. Go ahead, Fudge.
At the
But I
same
want
time,
it.
it's like, no. But I mean, like, I feel like if you've earned the right to be able to do that, you should be able to do that, right? Like, just think about it. Yeah, it's more difficult, but if I'm grinding the game and I'm able to, get like 100 mil and whatever, I should be able to run what I want because I put the work into the game to get that out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a
So
fair
like,
point. Yeah.
it should be like, you should kind of have that reward rather than have to like, well, shit, I got to run PS because I have no more BP. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that it's like I'm
It's
kind of
harder
salty.
to defend your gear with the PS, yeah.
I think
Kind of. But then
I
they're
see what
running
you're-
PS too, so
yeah. I see your point though, but like I'm not really running into that issue, and I don't even have like I only have max 3 traders, like all traders around. I don't have any level 4 yet, except for Jaeger maybe, but there's a delicate dance of like buying the ammo and like killing people and using the guns that you find and the ammo that you get. Like I don't have any fucking BP. I don't want to use PS, so I'm gonna go use an M4 or a SCAR or something. Well, fuck the SCAR, it sucks. I'm gonna use an HK or something and use 995 or my M855A1. You know what I'm saying? And you have to kind of like rotate, and it just forces different play styles and stuff, I think. But like
yeah.
it is annoying if you like, I like the MP7 and I want to just constantly run that, but like
Right.
eventually
You
I
like to
wanna
run the
ammo.
best ammo,
so
yeah.
I
And
feel
it's
you.
harder to get.
Right,
Yeah.
or
that
even not,
is-
even if it's like some of it's not even like the best ammo. Like some of it, you have to get level 3 trader to get 856A1, and if you want to craft it in your hideout, it takes 12 hours for 200 rounds. Like you get to run 2 raids with that ammo, and then if you don't avoid all of the fights in the world, that ammo's gonna last you forever. Great, but if
I
you
put
get in like
majority of it in
one
my butt.
firefight. And you go through 3 or 4 mags, you're like, well, I don't have enough ammo to go into the next raid with this. I got to use 855 or nothing. Like you're very limited to that, and I think that's really tough because that weapon mastery, like, and I think there's few people that completely master weapons, but I know for like example, Dan Exer last wipe mastered the MCX. He got MCX mastery. He ran it all the time, which I'm an MCX lover, so I think it's awesome. But like, you get the bonuses from leveling that weapon. Now it's hard to do that. And like with the MCX, there's no reload ammo in there. And not being able to, like what you said, Mr. Armbars, about like not running mutants all the time because you don't have the best ammo for it all the time. And I think that's fine, but I think they accomplished that task with taking it off the Flea. Now it almost feels like you can't run it hardly ever. Like I feel like they nerfed it from 2 different angles to almost make, metas obsolete. And I feel like you should at least be able to run what you want to run at least half of the time or most of the time, not hardly ever. Every gun runs a little bit different. You get used to something, you like playing with it, you should be able to play with it all the time. Maybe not every raid or all the time, but like if you don't die and you have a gun but you have no ammo to run that gun, are you getting rewarded for living? You're kind of like, well, I'm gonna put this gun back in my hideout for now, so like I gotta use something else because I don't have any ammo. I kind of feel weird about that, you know what I mean?
Well,
I wonder
this might
what
be
they're
one of those things where they end up changing the amount you can buy.
Right.
So they go, people aren't really able to run this gun more than 1 or 2 raids, and so maybe we'll reduce the craft time, change the materials, all of that. So I could see things changing. It, whenever they change stuff, it seems to kind of like find that middle point over time.
Yeah, I think that one's one that does need a middle point.
I wonder what their thought behind it was, right? Like I kind of have a feeling they were like, they want people to utilize all aspects of the game, i.e. the hideout,
Mhm.
rather than, somebody that has 100 million rubles that could just buy all the BP, and kind of makes everything more level. And like, I
Mhm.
get it on that aspect of things, but it's just like, you could buy with Trader 150 BP rounds at a time, right? I usually have 2 stacks of 60 in my ass every time I go into a raid.
Mhm.
With 2 mags out, 1 mag in, that's
Mhm.
not enough ammo to cover all that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
maybe increase the amount that you could buy from Trader a little bit. Maybe they decreased it too much.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like finding
Uh,
another happy middle there.
Because I think it punishes people that aren't camping the trader resets. If you can't sit and
Yeah,
camp
that's
a
true.
trader reset all day, then you can't run the guns you want to run. But it's cool if you like, say, an example, say you moderate for a chat for like another streamer or something like that, or you have a job where you work from home and you can have Tarkov open all day long and you can camp resets. And then by the time you go to play at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, ha, I got 800 rounds that I camped of my choice ammunition today. Is where somebody that, worked at the bank all day comes home and they're like, I didn't hit 4 resets from Prapper today to get the ammo that I like to run. And that's one of those things. And we've always had this discussion of like, you don't want to cater, can't cater to everybody, but like at the same
Yeah.
time, let's not punish majority of the
You're hurting a lot of
player
people
base.
that can't stay on the
Yeah.
game all day. Yeah.
So that's what I always hate seeing that, and I think it's always a tough thing to balance as a dev. I don't envy them trying to do that because, like, you do have those people that are maybe a full-time content creator that play 10 or 12 hours a day. They're always going to be ahead because they put more time in. There's other people, putting time in for whatever reason they're available to because they're a 14-year-old kid and they don't have school right now or whatever it is. But to feel like you're so far, you can't get equipment because you can't camp the traders, that's always a tough thing. That's like a tough pill for me to swallow, for sure. But again, it's games a beta, so they're always going to adjust it. Anybody else have anything else? You know what I'd like to say, and Shogun mentioned this before, I would like to see a wider variety of like the lower tier armors available from traders, like from Ragman. I would like to see more level 3, more level 4 rigs, or maybe different repair in the rigs where you buy like replacement armor plates or something for your rigs, so you can kind of have a little bit more spice when it comes to that mid-tier gear sets.
You'll see that more when you get Ragman level 3.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean,
There's
like right
several
now,
level 4 rigs available from him.
yeah, right. Once you get like TB,
Maybe it got some different. I like the
and
backpacks. So I was like, these are
PM
cool.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They have more backpacks in the game than they have anything else. They get real creative with
is it,
those.
the
You can't
T22?
wait.
That is true. That is true, Dad Life.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I can't wait to get my North Face. That'll be next. You know. What are your guys' views on? Has anybody used the rangefinders yet?
No.
Once.
I have an RFP gun that has a rangefinder on top of it, and then when I was running Tarkov Shooter, my buddy was running a rangefinder for me to spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Because
I
we were
like that.
doing, it was like the killing scavs over 40 meters. It's actually really convenient. There is a bug with it though, so I'm actually gonna say this bug trick right here for whenever everyone starts using it. If you pull it out right out of your inventory right when you spawn in and you open it and there's no range on it, you have to
Yep.
drop it onto the ground and pick it back up to then see the range.
I hate that.
Awesome.
It took us about 10 minutes to figure that out, so we're sitting in spawn like, what in the hell? It was bad. But other than that, it's actually it's kind of nifty. Especially like I feel like it makes when you're doing like shooter-born runs or something
Shooter-born.
like so much fun because you have like it's like the sniper and the spotter. Like that's so fun
Yeah.
to me. I don't know,
Heck yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
but I think that's like a really cool addition. And then the rangefinder on my RFP, it's kind of funky looking because it does start to like I mean with the build kind of takes up a little bit of your screen for sure. But it's really cool because it's nice to see just essentially how far you need to be aiming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used it for the first time. So when they said they were going to implement rangefinders, I was like, oh, that sucks. Because I'll be honest, I really enjoy sniping in this game. So I went in offline mode with tracer ammo and kind of figured out all the distances. So when I was sniping, I knew either where to hold my scope using the mil dots on the scopes, or if I wanted to zero my scopes, I knew where to zero. I have a bazillion shots all over reserve, ridiculous shots, and I didn't have a rangefinder for it.
Yeah.
You know, I use offline mode, which if any of you aren't using offline mode and you're not feeling comfortable, use offline mode. It's a great tool. That being said, now we went to Lighthouse with Atlas the other day, and I was like, first time using a rangefinder. I'm like, that guy's 300 meters. Blink, blink, click, 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 300 meters, boom, shot him in the head. Like, no big deal. It's a cool tool. It kind of dumbs down sniping, but it's only good. I think all of the scopes only 0 to 300 meters, which is kind of BS. You should be able to zero beyond that, in my opinion, especially if you're going to give us
That is
rangefinders
BS.
now.
If it says the effective range is 1,800 meters for like some of these scopes times 25 and shit.
Right.
Like,
You
come on,
should be able to adjust out to 1,000 yards or something like that. That 300 meter thing is complete garbage. You know, but
It might look funky.
right. So now if it's beyond 300 meters and you don't know what the holds are, that's fine. But they keep messing with the velocities of the ammo too,
Yeah.
which sucks. Like if you use the 0 and they change the velocity, they're going to make that change for you. But if it's 400 meters on like some things and you hold it like 1 mil dot above on the scope,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it should be 400 meters, you still shoot over their head and you're like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Or you'll
And
shoot
then
them in the
elevation's
chest.
a whole nother thing too.
Right.
Like if
So
you're
it's
above
like-
or below them, even if you're 300 meters out, if you're like above them,
Right.
you still like 0 at 100 and aim. It's so fucking weird, dude. It's
Right.
so
And
stupid.
they pushed ballistics, like we want it to be accurate ballistics, but then they like
it's
take
so
away the ability to do that. And it's like, okay. Like in the field, if you're shooting and your gun zeroed for something, you know, especially when you're shooting long range, you have a spotter, your spotter goes, hey, which is cool. Miss Trash said she had a spotter,
Had a
basically,
spotter.
which is awesome. I would love to do this with somebody. And your spotter goes, all right, it's 400 meters. You take your scope, you go click, 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 click to 400 meters, you shoot. Okay. If it's on the fly, then you're gonna be like, all right, I'm at 200 meters right now. 2 mil dots should be pretty close. I'm gonna shoot. Because when it gets into like knowing your rifle, your scope and everything's all set up for that. Like your scope is set up for exactly what you're shooting. Granted, this is Tarkov, so maybe it's not. But if I go and shoot M61 and I have a DVL and I know how it shoots, and then they're like, we're going to change the velocity on M61. Well, now my gun shoots totally different, and now I don't know how it shoots anymore, and that is really fucking frustrating. The rangefinder fixes that issue 0 to 300 yards, but beyond that, it doesn't. And not for nothing, I've shot a lot of people over 300 yards or meters, whatever you want to call it. But I do think it's a cool thing. I want to see binoculars with the rangefinder. I know you had to do like the little binocular, but I want to see like big binoculars so you can actually have somebody like spot for you and then see the scopes be able to adjust beyond 300 meters. That would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
Like sit up on the fire tower up on the weather station of Shoreline and shoot somebody down at tunnels. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Any of the new gear you guys are really enjoying?
I love impact grenades. I think they're great.
Yeah, those are fun.
They're so
Those
much
are
fun.
fun.
Guys around the
There's-
Christmas tree with those, dude, at dorms. Go on the
And
on third story and just throw them down on the scavs. Oh, that's really fun.
They're toxic, but they're so much fun.
They're toxic.
I got my grenadier task done so fast just because of that, and I love it.
I'm glad that they're not widely available. We'll put it that way. But they are cool. If you could just like buy them for 15,000 rubles, dude, that'd be the worst.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or
So
if there was like a
toxic. I like
Christmas
that.
gift, like full of them, that'd be nuts. Like,
Oh my god,
No.
that would happen. That would totally happen.
And I did. Oh, sorry. Go.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
I did like the scar. The only thing is, like, I don't know if it's like my strength or if it's just the scar itself. But the recoil, like, it's so hard. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I did like it, but I don't know. I'm back to like the MK17 and running my other guns. So I did like it, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it was like my strength level or what, but it just.
you liked it in single shot.
Yeah, single shot.
The
It
the
was
sc-
deadly.
the 7.62 Scar is awesome as
Mhm.
a DMR type weapon.
You may as well use the G28 or
Yeah.
SR25 or something else.
Mhm.
Ours
G28
bad.
is
It's fine.
awesome.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
the
matter.
G28 is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Right. But the Scar is a heavy weapon IRL. That's the thing.
Oh,
and everybody's
okay.
Yeah, but it's
So-
probably has better ergo and less recoil. They're just like mad at FN.
Right. I think
Yeah, it's like insane to control.
Yeah,
was
I think
like,
the recoil on it is a bit
um,
much. It does have shitty ergo, but the
Mhm.
recoil on it's a little bit ridiculous. For sure. For sure.
BSG
Yeah.
has politics. They say 545 will reign this wipe. They have nerfed all 556 weapons. It's politics, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I agree. I haven't got to use
Shin hat.
the G28. Did they have a 417 in the game too? I thought we saw something about that. HK 417.
No
I saw a
idea.
picture of it, so that I guess that's not in the game yet. I don't know.
I haven't encountered a lot of the new gear. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm still a baby in this game.
Peasant.
I mean,
Yep, exactly.
yeah. I mean, other than that,
Terrible.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I've only run Lighthouse one time.
Oh, I hate Lighthouse.
it's
I've only ran it
so-
like
I
5
can't.
times.
Did you
I've only
survive?
run it once. No, I didn't.
Light-
I
Lighthouse-
Well, I'm just,
didn't.
I'm
I
just
got killed
saying
by
this right
a
here.
Flea.
As you have all my witnesses, I'm going to be a Lighthouse main. Okay? I'm going to be tough.
Wow,
Okay.
do it.
Lighthouse might be the reason I don't get Kappa this wipe
It's
because
rough.
I just don't want to run it.
I do
Well,
have
well-
a million Lighthouse quests I am neglecting.
The,
Yeah,
the
I'm
thing
so
with
far
Lighthouse is you guys all go. And I was watching Pistol Pete play Lighthouse. He played it a bunch the other day, and he's got a ton of his tasks done. You want to know why? Because he doesn't shoot the rogues and just avoids them. They're not going to shoot
Yeah.
you if you don't
Mhm.
shoot at them and engage them.
Don't say that.
But
not
it
fucking
nuts
say
you're a
that.
bear because I run with Chusky
Well,
and he
yeah.
gets shot at from miles away, and then I'm
Well-
stuck fighting there trying to figure
We're
out
all
the map.
bears inside on Lighthouse, and you must fight rogues. That is the rule.
And I got excited. I was like, "Oh, the lighthouse!" I took off running to the lighthouse. You can't even get near the lighthouse.
Yeah. If you don't want, if you're a USEC and you want to get your tasks done, just go in a couple raids, drop your aggro with the rogues, and then go in and get your tasks done. The only time they're going to aggro you if you get super close. All you got to do is avoid the patrol inside the water plant, and then you can get your stuff done.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Shoreline.
Don't
Okay,
act
well-
like you've extracted from Lighthouse before, Dad. Life.
I've extracted a couple
Right,
times.
it's rough. I will say a lot of the first like beginner tasks are like right there when you spawn on that shoreline, if that's where you spawn. So that's the only reason I have like some of those tasks done. Other
Yeah.
than that, it's
I have friend that runs it a lot for the loot, and he actually survives all the time because he's been like running it so much.
Yeah.
But he
might like
also
that.
likes the fact that he has like that car key. So he gets into that trunk and like it spawns bitcoins all the time. So he basically
What?
goes in and even if he dies, he shoves a bitcoin up his butt and
It makes it
like
worth it.
there's the raid profit,
Yeah.
regardless of like what gear he just lost.
And like
Yeah,
get
I
that
think-
guy in the pool.
Yeah.
I remember-
so like that alone, but
Yeah. Remember, nobody wanted to play reserve either for a long time. People were like, "Oh,
I like
Raiders,
reserve. It's
love
Luhar
reserve.
and his guards, they're terrible. I hate reserve." But like, once
it's
you
fun. It's
learn
like
the
a fun
map
fight.
and
It just
learn
takes
the
time to
movements
get
and
used to it.
patrols, you just have to get used to it and learn what you can get away with and what you can't get away with. And if you can't get away with it, figure out a way to get away with it. Right, Atlas, on reserve?
Yeah, except for reserve sucks now. There's no fucking
Well,
raiders anymore.
Right, because they want
man. Like,
everybody to go to Lighthouse.
have you guys seen any raiders on reserve? Be honest.
I've gotten 3 in the bunker, and I still need to get 2 more, and they
Right?
just don't. They don't
Yeah, I know.
exist.
They're
Yeah.
they used to
fucking
spawn with the switch down in bunker way more
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
can
they
just
spawn
don't
on the
anymore.
Switch anymore. I think it's just by chance when you get down there.
It's so
Yeah.
they need to
annoying.
fix that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really frustrating. And
Yeah.
it's killing it for me. And that's why I did say I'm going to be more Lighthouse because the rogues are fun. There's a lot of loot. There's a lot of player scabs. Reserves, like, it still has that long, annoying queue, but it doesn't have anything to show for it. Like, there's no,
Right.
even like aces and stuff have been nerfed and everything. I'm like,
Right.
so annoyed with it.
Yeah, you used to be able to go, "Hey, so
ruined
people are
that
going
map.
to let's fight over drop down room because there's fat loot in drop down room," and you're like, "I
Yeah.
need shooter born. I'm gonna sit in the other pawn, or I just want to fight over it and try to get that loot." Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's fucking empty.
Once they
Logical
added the
just said it's-
basement,
Logical real fast just said it's 15% spawn chance on raid start, then 30% once you press the button for the DT raiders. But I swear to God, it feels like even less than that. Like
Well,
I
that's a-
don't run into
right?
them.
That's a percentage
yeah.
chance if you know
It's
how like
terrible.
percentage RNG
It's-
works. RNG is, RNG is not like a positive thing. You could change an RNG on something like 5%, and all of a sudden it seems like it's overwhelming, and then not. And it's
Yeah.
literally just how RNG works on percentages.
I think
It's
my Tarkov
garbage.
is negative. Is like 2% for all those. It's okay. It's fine.
Negative 2%. Mine's like negative 10. I pull the button and I just instantly die. A player scav walks up without any noise and just shoots me in the head as I hit the button. I'm like, okay, cool.
I need to get on that Tarkov Prime.
Yeah. Get me where are those whitelisted servers that Fudge has? I was watching them yesterday. Just run over level 10s. Like, just 5 at a time.
Paid actors?
No,
Paid
no.
actors. I
No
need
paid
those.
actors over here.
He has
Okay.
his
No,
cat
they're not
filling
paid.
the queues.
How much
They're
are
not
paid?
paid
I'll
actors.
take
He's
a
got
dive.
those whitelisted servers like Nick Merckx has for Call of Duty. Fudge has those for Tarkov.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do.
The
I
tech
do
spawns
run
are
into a
garbage.
lot of Timmys. I have a Timmy counter now on my stream. If you type ! bully, it adds to the Timmy counter that
I
I've
do like that. I like that kind of
uninstalled
cute.
Tarkov.
I mean,
Yeah.
welcome to Tarkov. It's part of the ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good stuff.
I was
Um,
welcome.
I think we covered the new stuff. Thoughts on stream.
Did we talk about VoIP yet, or is that
We
a
have
question?
not talked about VoIP. Yeah, we'll talk about VoIP.
It's like a
Um,
big
go ahead, Fudge.
subject.
I
Bring
fucking love VoIP. That's why I'm.
It is so fun.
I don't. Let me stop. I'm like shitting on your parade over here, Dead Life. I'm sorry.
tell
Oh,
me,
go with it.
tell
It's
me
more
about
than
how
that.
much you like
Mhm.
VoIP.
Yes,
I fucking
tell us.
love VoIP. You want to know
Yes.
why? Because I'm not that guy that's gonna be like, oh, you're just doing a task. Okay, go ahead. Like sometimes very few times I do, but
Mhm.
majority of the time it's like, oh, you're doing a task. Okay, go ahead, get fucked, and then I shoot you in the back of the head. It's great. I
I
love it.
got that. I like
That's
that.
like, oh my, were you watching Hal with VoIP where he runs in a factory? I need toolkits! And he like opens his inventory sitting by toolkits to fake it for 20 seconds and then he just. That shit's
I've-
toxic.
I've had,
Reminds me of Rust. When they were putting VoIP, I was like, this is Rust all over again. I didn't turn on VoIP for like the first few days. Turned it on. This guy pretended to be nice and was like, fine, whatever. Shared loot. Ended up killing me on the way to extract. I was like, I turned it off. I was like, how dare you?
See,
I gave you a chance.
see, this is where the audio and the clip that Dad Life played would have came into play. You
Yeah.
guys would-
All right,
That
fucking,
is
I will
true.
play it again.
I'm from DayZ, so I'm a fucking pro. You guys don't understand. Like VoIP there, like I
The
mean, I was late.
content.
I was late to the party
It is
for
content.
DayZ, so everybody just took advantage of me. I was just a fucking dumbass.
I will
The
say
So
content
for
with
6
VoIP
months, I just
is
died in
insane.
DayZ.
the,
And
We've had
so
some-
good.
VoIP taught me a lot.
we've had some good VoIP moments.
VoIP is
Good
awesome.
VoIP
think-
factory
Amazing.
moments where we bait them with like where I put on my like grandpa voice and pretend I'm playing with my young son and
Wow.
say oh I just found a is this marked key good there Johnny, and then guys run in and we just blast them. Like it's fun.
That's awesome.
But I
Me
will
and
say
Dad Life.
go ahead.
Me and Dad Life running around interchange. PMC's running away from us, and we go, "Don't run from Jesus."
Oh yeah,
from
don't
the
run
Lord."
don't run from the Lord. Yeah, that guy was running from us, and we're like, dude, we got a shotgun. Like, come on, bud. He was
Oh
sick
my
boy
God.
too. Yeah,
It's fucked
we've
up.
had some good times. That was some good times. But I mean, it also does create some cooperation. I've seen some cooperation. The one thing that I hated, and I don't see it as much, was the first couple days. There was ginormous scav armies running around, like 9 deep. Because they'd be like,
True.
hey, let's go gang up on some PMCs. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
running solo, and all of a sudden it's just like, dun, 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 and it's just like,
Scav
holy
armies
shit! Like
everywhere.
it's like the horde of scav armies, like it's fucking like World War Z or some shit, like running across the field in woods at me. I'm like, oh my god, I don't have
I
enough
kind of
ammo.
liked it.
Yeah.
Felt like a zombie game or something, man. I was like,
It was-
right?
It was cool, but it's like tough if you're like, hey, let me mark this, and I gotta hold it for 30 seconds. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my god.
don't act like you
Um,
haven't participated in some brutal fucking PMC killings, like with me.
No,
and
I
some
made
other
I made
scabs.
a lot of friends through VoIP. Like it was hard to finish my chumming because I'd be like pushing PMCs and they're like, "We just want to do this," and I was like, "Fine." And so like it was really hard. I've been making a lot of friends.
It's made certain tasks like easier for me, like Tarkov.
Yes.
I forgot the name of the task. It's either Tarkov shooter or one of
Just
one of
bait 'em
those
in.
where it's like
Mhm.
you have to kill PMCs with a bolt action rifle from like under 25 meters away. So I'm like, I go to factory and this guy's like, oh, there's PMCs over there. They're like shooting at me. I'm like, oh, you need heals? He's like, yeah. So I drop him Salua, and then like as he's healing, I shoot him in the face. I'm like, oh, task done. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. It did. It's toxic.
Too
but
nice
you
for
know what?
VoIP.
That
The-
is fucked up, man.
I'm
The
so
best-
trusting.
You got it. Hey,
You
listen,
fit in
it's
DayZ really well.
It's Tarkov. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta.
True.
The best is when
True.
Atlas walks up to random player scavs and goes, hey, I'm trying to level up my stress resistance. You want to like take out your knife and stab me in the leg? And then they do it and he shoots him every time. He's like, positive scav karma, and I take their
Hey,
loot.
I learned that on Twitter. I did not
Wow.
invent that. I did not invent that.
Wow.
I learned that behavior on Twitter. Okay.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's still hilarious.
I'm usually the aggressor with VoIP, where people are like, "Oh, I'm friendly," and I'll be like, "No, fuck you." But last night I was running with AlphaTube, and we're on Shoreline, and I'm like down bad because I'm like broke or whatever, and so I'm in 301, and I'm like, I hear PMCs outside, so I'm like, "Oh, I'm friendly," and this guy's like, "Well, I'm not," so he pushes me, and all I had was the Mosin, and I just like point blank fired him in the face and like killed him, and then picked up his mutant and then killed his teammate. So like it's kind of cool to get to be on both sides of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like almost never that guy that's like, oh yeah, no, we could be friends and you can get out of here. Like, no, that's more loot for me.
Tell
you
them
know
I'm
what I
like,
mean?
you ready? I'm like, cause I'm
Right.
pushing. They're like, we're fighting. They're like, you good? And then
Yeah. No, it's really cool. I like it. I don't really have any complaints with it. I haven't run into anybody that's like been super toxic as far as like language and stuff that they've said.
yeah.
True.
Which is good. I do think that it's funny if you have like if somebody can find your stream after and then they get a couple of people get really butthurt like if you do like betray them. You're like, dude, I thought you were gonna be friendly. I was trying to be friendly. You're like, well, I wasn't. I gotta get this task done. I gotta kill PMCs. You're a PMC, bud. What do you want me to do? Just let everybody walk by for the rest of the game. I'll be stuck at level 20
Yeah.
forever. You know, and like a lot of the guys are like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. But some of them are like,
the rules will become known throughout the months as it goes
Yeah.
on. Like
Mhm.
they will set themselves. It'll be like prison. Like people will know how VoIP
Right.
really is.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
crazy. It'll
Yeah.
be
And
like, you'll know the tone, like this guy's shady. Watch him. As he's
Yeah.
trying to fudge. Watch that guy. I know him.
hmm
And it's cool too because outside of like the interaction, like in the content that you make, just interacting with people, you get to kind of like get chat involved where it's like this guy's like, oh, I want to be friendly, and I go, hey chat, like what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are we killing this guy?
He
we let him
lives or
go? Like,
dies.
you guys decide, and then
Right.
like they're more involved, which helps the stream anyway. So it's
Yeah.
cool in all aspects. I think it's the best thing that they've added to the game so far,
Yeah.
personally.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Anybody else have any VoIP things they want to mention?
Yeah, spoiler that letting chat decide, they always kill them every
Always
time. by the way.
kill.
Every
Oh
time.
Yeah,
my
every
God.
time. There's
Twitch
never
chat is
anybody
just
that's like, oh, let
Yeah,
them
but
live.
dude, Your
All
chat.
Twitch chatters are
because-
evil little bastards. Every single one of them. I hate them.
Chat's toxic. All right, let's
You guys-
watch that clip again. This time we're gonna listen to it with sound. All right. The Atlas family clip with sound to give you guys an example of how VoIP works with Santa. All right, we're gonna switch
Turn that shit
over.
up.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're
I'm
gonna.
quiet in that.
He's swinging around.
He's on the right side. I have flashlight.
Don't hurt me, please.
Oh wait, he said don't hurt me. Don't hurt you? You guys want to take him prisoner? Throw your gun. Throw your gun down.
It says kill Santa.
Prove your loyalty. Kill Santa. He's in the back of gas station. Go. Go kill Santa.
Bro,
If
if
you
this
kill him,
man,
you can
if
join
this
our
man-
crew.
If this man rolls up on me, I'm gonna hit him with a glizzy, fam. Oh, he's against the label. No.
Here, get him. Get Santa. He's in the back of gas.
Why would you do that?
I killed him.
Yeah.
I killed him.
He's good. We're good.
And that's how you encourage
Oh
people
My
people
God.
to do bad things. The best is that he convinced him to do it, killed him, but also in the process went from almost having negative Santa karma, scav karma, to getting positive scav karma by convincing somebody else to do his dirty work.
Wow.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Gotta get creative with VoIP, guys. It's
So-
an endless abyss of content.
Yell at him.
You
Why
can-
would you do that? This
You
guy's
can-
sitting,
you can-
sitting in his stash, just
You can role play.
contemplating what just
You can play devil's advocate, you know.
Oh my.
You could be nice and try to get stuff like, hey, I really need a gas analyzer, you know. But it's an endless amount of possibilities of fun that you guys can have. Excuse me. What are some
I'm
things
a
that
big
you...
nice guy, by the way. Can I just say that in contrast to those two guys,
Yeah.
I'm such a sucker. I'm always just like, you need.
I'm
just
so
helping people out left
nice.
and right.
I drop
I
people
can't help
almost
it.
everything. I'm like, just take it.
Shut
Just
up.
have it.
I'll tell you what, the first day of wipe, I was on interchange with Fuzzy, and this guy was like, hey, I just have a pistol. Like, I'm like, oh, I just killed this scav. Here, take this loot. And as I'm like dropping the loot for him, he shot me in the face. And since that day, I was like,
Yeah.
never again am I
Same thing.
trusting anybody. I'm killing
Yep.
every single person.
Yep.
I
I
keep
also
my
too
gun
was
to them.
baptized by VoIP. And was betrayed. And I was like,
I'm
okay,
telling you.
that's it.
First day, I was so mad. I was like, turning it off. They're all dead. I'm so angry.
Yeah. Yeah, just you sure run with them and shit, but if they look at you for fucking looking at me, just fucking pop them, dude. Just be like, don't even point your gun at me.
Why are you
once.
looking at
Put
me?
your,
Fucking
put your
swear.
gun away. Put your gun away. I forgot who I was
Yeah.
playing with, and we made a guy like drop his gun, and then gave him loot, but carried him around everywhere. And then he went to go take up a gun. We're like, you take that up, we're just gonna kill you right here. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. We just ran him around. I think at the end of it, we ran him around like a pack mule, and when we got to extract, we killed him and took his giant bag. We just basically
Okay,
used
that
him
sounds
all
fucked.
raid.
That
was pretty
sounds
messed
messed
up.
dude.
That was pretty messed
That
up.
sounds like some Walking Dead shit. Okay.
That sounds like
too
something
nice.
Atlas family would do.
Speaking of Walking Dead shit, have you done the zombie VoIP like Ash?
Oh, Ash
Oh
is
my
so
god,
good.
Ash
And
is the
Vo-
with the zombie voice.
VoIP
Is so good.
is perfect for like a handful of people. Ash is one of them.
Like really freaky weirdos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash. Just kidding, love you.
Oh my god. Should we pull up one of his TikTok clips?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
He
gonna pull
posted
up.
one recently that the zombie one's so good. It's just
This
so
has
good.
become a lesson in how to VoIP, guys. Pay
Yeah,
attention.
we're gonna.
If Ash doesn't get partner this year, we riot. Like straight up.
100%.
We riot because he's just an
100%.
awesome guy. For
We
those of you
love
in the
Ash.
Twitch chat that don't know
Love
Ash.
him.
Hold on. All right, ready?
Oh, volume.
No volume.
Oh, fucking-
Come on,
hold
dad life.
No, sorry, buddy.
How
I was like,
hard is
wait.
it? You fucking
No.
boomer.
I don't know if I have the heart. I don't know if I have the heart to do it. No, sorry, buddy. That's my bad. I got bit by something earlier and I just don't feel good, man.
That sucks. Sorry to hear. You want to touch her?
No. Cuba. I don't know if I have the heart. I
What
don't know if I have
the
on.
fuck?
Oh my
I'm
god.
terrified.
All right.
Oh my god.
If you guys aren't laughing right now, you should be.
Have any of
I
you
wonder what
guys
he
ran into
thought.
like friends while like in raid while VoIPing and then just like, wait, is that you? Has that happened to any of
Not
you
yet.
guys
I
yet?
am
Not yet.
muted. I've
Not
been
yet.
waiting for it. I think that would be so. I think the only person I like accidentally ran into that it didn't turn into like a gunfight last wipe was well, that was last wipe, right? Dad life when we both ended up in the same reserve raid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You like
yeah.
murdered everybody over in nights, and you're like, wait a second, are we in the same raid? Like that shit would be so funny coming
Yeah.
in and like
Yeah.
hearing somebody's voice like that. And you're like,
That was
Hello?
actually hilarious because I was
Hello?
like, I was playing off stream and I was just had her stream up and I'm looking and I'm like, and like I had it like really low volume and she's like, somebody's in White Knight murdering everybody. And they're like in there, they're like coming in and I'm like tapping the chat. I'm like, do you hear this? Bang, bang, bang. And I could hear it over the stream. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And then we
Oh,
got
so
up
you're
pretty,
fucking stream sniping. Okay.
yeah, I was stream
That's
sniping.
cool though.
I'm gonna
I ran
conduct my report.
Unbelievable.
we all
I
ran
ran
together.
into
It was
I ran
okay.
into AlphaTube, who was my duo partner for Invasion, one of my really good friends. I think it was like one of the first days of wipe, and I'm just literally running around factories singing Backstreet Boys, and like I run into him and he stops and he's like looking at me. I didn't even have my gun out, and he's just like, "Wait, Fudge? Like, hello? Like who the hell is this?" He's like, "Dude, it's Alpha." I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on, bro? Like, it's like,
That's great.
it's like, it just makes it like fun interactions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some cool things about it. Like I definitely like it. It means makes for some interesting interactions for sure. What are some things that you guys haven't seen yet or yet to see that you'd like to see?
Rubles.
Okay. So moving on.
I would love rubles.
You had rubles. You just spent them, right?
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
gone now.
I don't know where they are. You know. I don't think there's really everything I've kind of like all the new stuff I've toyed around with, and there's nothing really new that I haven't experienced yet. You know.
You know, I would like to say that we wait too long to get into a game. Like, I would like to see faster matching times. I would like to see fucking either that or like let us mess with our stash while we are cute. Like, why do we have to be like in this fucking stupid ass screen where we're just like standing there with our fucking gun? Like, why can't
Well,
we
think
be
about
in
it,
our
right?
stash and there's something on top that's like
We
I'm
have a
saying?
hard enough time like with how things are now, and then you add that type of feature. It's just like don't think we're ready for that. That would
But
be great.
He said, "What do you want to see?" Like I'm saying, like that's what I want to see, man.
That would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
cool.
Future.
That
I'm
would
not
be
saying, like,
great.
give it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Not
Like,
that
in
it's
the
gonna work if we
future.
put it in tomorrow, but eventually.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that would
like,
be good.
I would like to, because games like League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, which is like fucking 900 gigabytes, fucking big. You know, it's not doesn't run well itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Um,
I see
you
what
can
you're
get
saying.
into
You
a
can do
game in like
stuff.
50 fucking seconds. Like it's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
impossible.
Right.
So I'm just, because guys, like especially being streamers, like Fudge, if you've done 10,000 raids, man, you've sat in a fucking waiting screen for like at least 30,000 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Like it's wasting our lives. We got to cut that down. Like we want to
That
get
would
into a
be
match
great.
quickly, and I understand I'm not a developer, I'm not a programmer, a scripter, or whatever the fuck. I understand. I don't see the issues with that, but like I would love to see like not 7 minutes from stash to map. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Jesus,
Well,
dude.
I think like when you have matchmaking times that are, 10, 15 minutes like they have been now, that's different. But I think like 5, 4, 3 minutes to get into a raid isn't that bad, because it gives you time to, interact with chat more, and like, because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm like in the raid, I'm like locked in. Like I find it very difficult sometimes to like be in the raid and reading chat, because I'm just like focused on not dying, which
Yeah.
I end up failing anyway. But like the matching time gives me a chance to talk to chat, interact with chat, and do all that. So I don't mind it personally.
Yeah. I think
see that, but that's you creating like a positive and their negative.
Right.
Like,
But I
you're
think if
taking,
you're
like, advantage of
not-
that space.
Yeah, if you're not a content
That's
creator,
smart.
you're just wasting 5 minutes or
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Sitting there.
You're on
I guess
Like, at
that's
least if
true.
you're a
And
content
and it's
creator, you're
not-
talking to people.
It's not
If you're
just that; it's
You're
inconsistent.
watching
as
us.
fuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes it's 10
Right,
minutes.
I know.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's 2 minutes. It's inconsistent as fuck. So like you
Yeah,
can't even argue.
inconsistent.
Like I can.
Yeah.
There's times where I can go take a shit in a shower and come back. I'm still like not in the map. And then
Yeah.
there's times where I'm like I look away and I'm like in the fucking. I'm like holy fuck! It's so
you just got
inconsistent.
you were already spawned in and got head eyes by somebody.
And it's just like I mean,
Yeah.
and not. I don't know. I'm just bitching. I'm sorry.
I get what you're
So-
saying.
That's
Yeah.
my most like frustrating thing.
Penguin mentioned, which I think is cool, the ability to like climb a ladder. I think would be cool. He
I
mentioned
was
that.
thinking
There's a
grappling
million
hooks and
games.
jetpacks,
Oh,
but
jetpacks? Yeah. That's what we need. Grapple hooks. We're going to turn this into
no.
Battlefield Tarkov. Tarkov 2042.
Let us ride the ATVs. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm waiting to be able to
Wanna grab
crank
a tank,
90s like
dude?
Fortnite.
Yeah. But
I'm cool with whatever they do, man. I'm along for the ride, to be honest. So
Yeah.
they've made this space, and I'm just playing in it, and whatever they're doing with it, man.
I would like to see vaulting. Like they have
Yeah.
in PUBG. I think that's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Clambering?
Over walls and stuff.
right. Being
Well,
able
do
to
they
go-
really have like
vaulting
vaultable?
/ clambering.
Do they really have like vaultable things?
But like even like
Yeah.
some of the even some of the windows and stuff that are like a pain in the ass to get in through.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you
Yeah.
could just like lift yourself up and go into the window, like I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And it's something like I almost kind of like need. I don't want to have to jump and then crouch into every window to get through it all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so
slide on
janky,
Dukes of
dude.
Hazzard through.
It's so
Because I
janky.
remember back when PUBG came out, that's what you had to do. You had to like jump, crouch into windows to get out. And if you could do that, you would outplay people all the time. And then eventually they added vaulting so everybody would get through those windows.
what about like a riot shield, like kind of how Call of Duty
Ooh.
has? But I know it seems like a
Out of
terrible
left
idea.
field.
It seems like a terrible idea, but when you go for like a realism type of thing, that's
You,
a pretty common thing. You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
far as
so
like
Riot Shield's like what, class 3? I mean,
Something
I
like
guess
that,
if you
where-
Yeah.
want.
yeah.
PT's gonna fuck your ass up.
Yeah.
you
I
don't think
think-
that
So much in COD, I don't think I would want to see that here.
But in
I
Call
would-
of Duty, it's class 7.
Right. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
True.
Yeah.
But
I mean that would be interesting, I think.
I think first master what we all have or what it has now. Get to a good point. So that would just be what I would like
Could
to
you
see.
imagine being like at like the end, like opening up Marked Room, and you just see Riot Shield barreling down that dark ass hallway
I'd
at
be
you?
like,
I
what
think
the
I'd
fu-
shit a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I still want to see. I still want to see another extract on reserve. I'm
Yeah.
really adamant
Yeah.
about that. I know they put VoIP in, but like I still don't see a lot of people extracting at Scavland's extract in reserve. Atlas, either you're not moving, your camera froze. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that
Is
out
that a
there.
tree
So
behind you,
surprised.
Dad?
It is. It's a tree. It's just a
What?
random moving
It's-
tree.
Yep,
It's a bush Wookie. You got a bush Wookie behind
It's a
you.
bush Wookie. There's a bush Wookie here. Everybody say hi to. Everybody say hi
Is
to
that
Boy,
Boy
Life.
Life?
Yeah,
Hi, Boy Life.
How
He's wearing a
cute.
ghillie suit. I love that.
they love it. They love your ghillie suit.
Aw.
I saw the ghillie suit moving around in the background. Initially, I was like, "There's a demon in that room."
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, right. Oops. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I think I'd like to see vehicle extract on reserve, and then I would like to see a couple of the other things maybe adjusted. I'm glad they put in another paracord extract on Lighthouse, which is cool, like Red Rebel extract. But I feel like there's other maps that maybe you could squeeze one into, not customs.
Rock Passage, I initially wanted to be a Red Rebel extract.
Yeah.
I don't know
Rock-
if I would want to do it with Lighthouse now, like that Lighthouse extract, because it's still directly behind Shoreline, or not behind Shoreline, behind Resort. At the same time, though, I feel like that makes so much sense for that to be a Red Rebel extract.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I really hate that they took Rock Passage out as a Shoreline main. It makes me so sad.
And
Yeah.
see, now imagine you get Rock Passage back, but you at least have to have a Red Rebel, right? Like,
Be the
Okay.
best 6 million rubles I've ever spent.
right?
Well,
Oh my god. Atlas lost power.
Oh, that sucks.
GG's Atlas.
Yeah. I know.
I'm Atlas family now, as you can tell. So
Perfect. No, we had snow here in Texas, and it was like a little mini blizzard. I was like, what the heck? So it's just weird. There's like snow everywhere. I was like,
Yeah,
This
it gets
is-
crazy
this
if
is
you guys
odd.
get half an inch down there, right?
You're right.
it gets insane. People don't know how to drive. You just hear things crashing. It's like everything trips out. We're not prepared, is the thing.
Pure pandemonium in Texas when it's a half an inch of snow.
Dude, yes. It's like, what the hell?
We weren't prepared for this.
Yeah.
We don't prepare. It's just,
Anywhere,
like,
dude.
everything
There's
goes
I know
crazy.
somebody that owns a plowing company up here, and when it like snows down in like Virginia, North Carolina, they send like their fleet of trucks down there for ridiculous amounts of money. Like
Oh wow.
like hundreds of
White
thousands
gold.
of dollars to go down there for like 3 days with like 5 trucks
Yeah.
because they don't
no,
have
they
the
get
equipment.
on the news. They get on the news here, and like, anyone with trucks, can you help tow cars that are stuck on the roads? Like, they literally ask like the people that live in the area to go get their
It's
trucks.
Pretty
and
bad.
go
That's pretty
help.
bad for sure.
that's crazy to me. That's
It's
crazy to
bad.
me. Like being from New Jersey, where like
Yeah.
when we get snow, like it fucking snows. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just like to think of like an inch of snow and they like shut down schools because they're not like prepared for it is wild to me.
Snow days, yeah. If it snowed, we already knew it was a snow day if it snowed. So
Yeah.
you just be like, yes.
All right. I think we're gonna get ready to wrap everything up. So
We don't know snow. Yep. we
So,
don't do
guys,
snow.
thanks for coming on. So, Miss Trash, just again, I'm going to give you a chance to tell everybody a little bit about yourself. When do you typically stream? What can we see coming up from you coming through the future of the first part of 2022?
Hello, Miss Trash. I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. PST. Sometimes other days if I end up off of work. So that's the only consistent schedule I've got. Gets a little chaotic because my sleep schedule's screwed. I'm trying to get more content out, so I'm actually starting to post YouTube videos every Wednesday now, which is pretty chill.
Awesome.
And I'm starting to post on TikTok a lot more. And I started that new app that everybody's on. I already
Hover.
Hover.
Hell yeah.
I'm on
Yeah.
Hover
Yeah.
now.
Hover.
It's like
Who's-
it's like a gaming specific for TikTok or TikTok. Yeah.
Mm,
who
learn something new.
been on that?
Yep,
I've been on that hover hype for a while. Been messaging
Yeah.
everybody. I think.
It's been
You didn't
yeah.
message me.
You were the one who
got
like
me.
got me on it.
Oof.
Did not message me.
All
I'm
right.
just kidding.
All right, good.
Wow.
If you look at my chat right now, you can click a link and you can sign up for Hover. Everybody should do it. You don't have to be a creator. You can just go there. It's all gaming content on Hover. If you guys like to consume content on Twitch and you like gaming content, go make a Hover account. Promise me. It's like TikTok for just gaming content. It's awesome. Guys, I posted Miss Trash's links in the chat. Go make sure you check her out. Okay? Go follow her Twitch or YouTube. She's got that content coming out. TikTok, Twitter. When you make your Hover account, search for Miss Trash on Hover, find her, go follow her there, like the content that she posts there. Fudge, how about you? First half of 2022, you got some goals you want to tell people
I have
about?
a lot of goals.
Okay.
So what's going on, everybody? I'm Fudge. I stream every day at 5 p.m. Eastern, except for Sundays and Thursdays. 2022, I am hoping to hit Twitch partner this year. That is my biggest goal, and I'm doing everything as far as TikTok and Hover and YouTube along the way. So hopefully, that's the goal that we crush this year. Also, definitely go check out Armbars, Goddess, Miss Trash. They're all awesome content creators, and Atlas Family.
That is Chad. Chad is
And
dad.
of course, none other than Dad Life, the host that we have here.
He's like,
Make sure you guys drop those Twitch primes for Dad Life. Yeah, so every day 5 p.m. Eastern. That's where you can find me.
All right. Guys, again, in the chat, I posted links where you can find Fudge. Again, on Hover. I didn't do the Hover links for everybody, but
You missed my OnlyFans in there, but it's fine. We'll talk about that later.
I'll
Alright,
post
yeah.
the link. Hold on, I got you.
Oh,
problem.
thank you.
I keep it on
Yeah.
hand.
yeah,
Flannels only.
that's
I
Flannels
have
only,
it
right?
bookmarked.
that's what you
I have it
post.
pinned. It's pinned.
Long time
pinned.
subscribers right there.
It's
by the way.
he can't post that link live, but you can check it out in his link tree.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Goddess. When can we find you streaming? DGen hours, regular hours? What can we expect from you first part of 2022?
Because of VOIP, I've done 24 hours, 27 hours. I've done random hours. It's just because of VOIP. But mostly what I'm going to start doing is doing like 8 a.m. to about 2:30 p.m. and then doing night streams like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But because of VOIP
Awesome.
and grinding a Kappa, it's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be streaming as much as possible whenever I can.
Are we gonna start seeing some content from you on like TikTok and maybe Hover when you
I
make
was
that
gonna
account?
say I'm gonna make a Hover because I just learned about it, but I have also been asked to make a YouTube, so I'm gonna work on that. I just put out a new TikTok today. Is me, Team Killing Papanati.
Nice. Great.
But no, with the TikTok and all that, I am gonna start putting out more content.
I
so.
will say this for anybody that's listening with the Hover thing. They do have
Mhm.
their own thing that pulls clips straight from your Twitch, and you can
Ooh.
edit them like you would on TikTok, like a lot of people do with like your cam up on top of your webcam stream and then your gameplay, and it'll automatically do it from your clips from Twitch stream. These I like it. They should make me a Hover partner at this point.
Right? Thank you.
but-
I'm getting it.
But like
now.
it is really intuitive. There is a really cool editor built in, and like if you want to go make something, like I don't know if you can see it right there because you can't because of the fucking light.
Is that
you just
Pornhub?
hit, yeah, you hit Twitch and it's got 100 of your most recent clips, and you can go through and turn them into clips to post.
That's honestly
which is
really cool.
It's really cool. And then if you want, you can download them and upload them other places like YouTube Shorts and or TikTok for people that don't want to use like Adobe or another editing software. And now to Mr. Armbars, the TikTok extraordinaire himself. Mr. Armbars, what can we expect from you in the first part of 2022? Where can we find you, and when can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch Friday through Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. I'm always making TikTok content 4 to 7 times a week. I'm trying to duo trio with as many people as I can. That's why I'm here, is to make friends and have a good time, keep things lighthearted. So also Fudge for Partner 2022. Thanks for having me, Dead Life. Thank
I
you.
love
Appreciate you,
No
homebrush.
problem, no problem. I'm gonna do Atlas's because he's not here. He lost power, guys. Atlas, he has a schedule. He streams when he can right now. He's got a newborn baby. He's helping his wife out with that, and then he's starting a new job coming up here soon. So I'm not sure what his schedule is gonna be, but you can find him streaming as part of the Forward as One, a stream team group, which many of you people know here on Twitch. And I will give you his channels, which I'm trying to get him on about posting. He's got a Twitch and Instagram and a YouTube there, and as well as a Twitter somewhere, but I forgot that. The Atlas Family on Twitter. It's real hard. I know. Go find him. Go give him a follow. Go check him out the next time he's live. Hilarious, especially with the VoIP stuff. He's really good at it. So myself, if you guys are new here, you don't know me, and I would, give me a follow, but my socials are below. I'm streaming. This is my off season. I'm streaming as much as I can in the off season. Normally I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, sometimes a little bit earlier. There may be some streams in between. Like I said, I have a little extra time right now. Stream schedule might be changing. You guys can follow me on TikTok, Twitter. I have an Instagram. I actually posted my Hover link right in there. Go follow me on Hover when you guys are done making your accounts. And that's about it. I'm just trying to push, forward. Tarkov community has been great to me. These people on the podcast, as well as all of you in chat. I really appreciate the support that you guys are showing me lately. It's been unreal. And if you guys like this podcast, let me know. Go follow me there. Go join my Discord if you guys want. Let me know what you think about the podcast. I would like to try to make it a regular thing. We'll have many of these guests back on if they so choose in the future. We might have some other guests on as well. I've had some other people show some interest, so hopefully we can have those in the future. That being said, I'm going to wrap up everything here. Let's go show somebody some love out there on the Tarkov Twitchverse. Let's see. Anybody? You know what? I kind of have an idea. Of somebody that we could raid. You guys have anybody else that you guys are thinking you might want to send people to? You can DM me in the chat if you want.
Should we do somebody that has drops?
Nah, I don't think so. Everybody's probably already watching somebody that has drops. Let's show some love to somebody that.
Well,
that
hold
really...
on. Miss
That
Trash is
wasn't on
live.
the
Miss
list.
Trash,
I like
Miss
that.
Trash is live. Rate her.
Okay. Miss Trash, you staying live? Are you staying live?
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
There we go.
All right.
There you go. There's your answer.
I mean, we don't have to be doing that though. It's okay.
It's unanimous. We're rating Miss Trash. No,
Going
just kidding.
Sending you over to Miss Trash. Miss Trash is
I
going to
know.
show you guys how to RP and VoIP after the new tips she learned here on the Tarkov Talk Podcast.
No pressure. No pressure.
So now you guys are forced to go over there and follow her if you weren't already following her.
Love it. By the way, thank you for having us.
All right,
It was
guys,
lots of fun.
I had
A
a
lot of
blast.
fun
Thanks
today.
for coming on. Everybody that showed up in the chat, I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. I will be getting this recorded. I will be trying to post it up as a podcast on Spotify as well as the video on YouTube. If you missed parts of it, you can go back and check out the parts that you missed, or if you want to hit it again, you guys can. Guys, have a fantastic evening. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.